in a couple minutes, and your joint's gonna get canceled and
Oh yeah, you
start
got
all
9
over and a
minutes.
whole bunch of
You got 9 minutes,
minutes.
buddy.
You know, so that's why we live now.
We live right now. Oh no. Oh
Yo,
no.
what's happening? What's happening?
Every
What's
single
happening?
We are.
What's
We are
going
something
on,
else.
y'all? We are. You know what? You are something else.
You are something else.
You know what I'm saying? We are something else.
We are.
We are Intelligently Ratchet. This is Intelligently Ratchet episode 133. I am your boy Jack. On, you know, to the other side of me, I got my homeboy. You know what? No, I'm not even going to introduce you yet. I'm going to go first, and I'm going to introduce the hip hop mom because she is always being left out on the other joint. She's always going last on certain things, so I want to introduce her first. Yes.
I appreciate the sentiment. Hi, y'all. What's up? It's a happy day.
Mom. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
What up?
Yeah, and then I got Robinette Omega.
What's going on? It's your boy Robinette. You know what I'm saying?
Raising it.
You know what I'm saying? Robinette Omega. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my homeboy Joseph Robinette Biden. We like to call him J Robinette in the hood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And our homegirl, big AKA Ski Wee out to, you know, the beautiful Kamala Harris, and for her husband, the second gentleman, I am having Gentleman Jack tonight.
For all the fellas.
For all the kept husbands out there.
All the kept men's.
You know what I'm saying? All the men whose wives got better jobs than them. You know what I'm saying?
We are drinking tonight. Salute to you, fellas.
Word
May
up.
the odds forever be in your favor.
Yes. May the least be in your name.
like the Powerball.
Right.
May the odds forever be in your favor. Did y'all play the Powerball? Did y'all play the Powerball?
Nah, man,
No.
I didn't play it.
I did. I played the Powerball. I played the Mega Millions too.
Damn, I forget my kids are 18. They can get tickets while they out.
Yep,
Shoot.
you sure can.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all better go.
Hopefully your kids ain't trying.
Nobody hit the Mega Millions yesterday, so it's at almost. It's like 997 million.
A billion.
Oh yeah, pretty much a billy. So yeah, you know, it's funny people don't have jobs, but they still paying a lotto.
Right.
Oh, that's a.
I'm saying no. If you do it right, you get your stimulus check. You take
got enough people play. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you take $20 out of your stimulus check, and you put or $20 to $60 out your stimulus check, and then you go ahead and play the lotto with it. That's good. That's good investments.
$60.
$60. You know what I'm saying? If you think about it, that's 10% of your stimulus check. You know what I'm saying? If you got it, boom. You know, that's 10% of free money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're not really gambling it. You know what I'm saying? To possibly win $900 million.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I always do an office pool. So we always get together, you know, we put our money together and everybody chips in 20. And so
y'all got a contract signed?
Yeah. Yeah, everyone that contributes or whatever
has to sign a little paper.
Yeah.
Bishop, gambling is not an investment. It's gambling. That's why they don't call it an investment.
Right. You can't write it off on your taxes.
Can I say this right here? Is investing not gambling?
Scared money don't make money.
Scared money don't make no money, Negroes.
No, not really.
You know what I'm saying? Ninjas out here scared to make money. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
shout out to this though. Shout out to this before we get into it. Listen, I hope everybody on this panel took their time and brought a little bit of stock in Nike because they own Converse. And that shit, I said it this morning. I said, listen, y'all better get that stock in Nike right now. And guess what Nike stock did?
We're up. There we go.
Shucks.
Well, I'm a person that gets stock in like stuff that I'm a consumer of anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I look at it as myself being a partial owner, and I get myself a discount. So that's how I look at it.
So I know you got stock in Nike. So did you see your shit go up today? Because
we straight. We good over here.
Yeah. Shout out to Nike.
Yeah, we good over here. So, but you know, as always, shout out to all our Ratcheteers that are watching on all streaming platforms with us, all the ones that are listening to us on streaming platforms. We appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, you know, share it, please. You know, doesn't do anything for y'all, but it does everything for us, and we greatly appreciate it. So please make sure y'all do that, share it to your timelines and everything. And We got some things we're going to talk about. Some big things that happened today, and some rich things that happened throughout the week. Miss Carver, how you doing? I didn't want to leave you out. We got Miss Carver in the building.
Candy Carver,
Miss Candy Carver, the painter extraordinaire,
illustrious.
Can y'all hear me better now?
Yeah. Yes.
we can hear you. Yeah,
hear you. Skin glowing, hair popping, and all that. We don't need to see her toes, but I know they out. You know what I'm saying? So,
who wears shoes in the house?
Don't do that to me.
Right, you're not supposed to wear shoes in the house. There was an exception today, but that's it. That's all, y'all. You're supposed to wear shoes in the house.
You're not supposed to? Okay. I mean, I get it if you don't. You don't.
No, but, especially not now. Like, you're really not.
So when you go to other people's house, do you wear shoes?
No, I take them off as soon as wherever I can. Especially if there's. Usually, you'll see like a little area, a little shoe spot where shoes go. The kind of signals.
Right.
Take your shoes off.
Take your shoes off, kind of people.
Yeah. I mean, there's some places
if you don't see that area, do you take your shoes off?
Man, I ain't taking my shoes. Some people houses, I ain't gonna take my shoes off in.
Right.
Yeah, you don't shut their floors.
Yeah, no. Oh, you've been to people, and it's sticky, and it looks sticky on your feet. It's sticky when your shoes.
Well, I'm about to say I ain't barefoot like that, so I just don't know.
Oh, well, I'd be barefoot. I like barefoot, obviously.
Now I can tell, like, if you got like really really nice hardwood floors, or if I could tell like you vacuum your carpet every other day because I can see the tracks in them, I'm like, hey, do I need to take my shoes off?
Right,
something like that. But
I mean,
it also depends
you don't wear socks though.
Yes, I do.
There's some outliers there. You know what I'm saying? Nah, listen. I'm gonna tell y'all the
if
truth.
I'm just stopping by,
like walking the Timbs without socks on. Just walking the Timbs without socks.
No, I just wear the joints, the real low ankle cut joints.
Just go ahead and get some Uggs.
Yo, nobody's
grown ass man. I'm not wearing boots with the furs. You want me wearing apple bottom jeans? No.
Look, Justin, you wear whatever shoes and socks you want. If you want to wear ankle socks and show Timbs, go ahead and do it, baby.
Thank you. I'm wearing ankle socks and Timbs. That's how I do.
As long as you put on lotions. That's our issue.
I don't really do it all the time. Look, especially when the time my ankles be looking dry.
No, we didn't.
Look.
Oh man, and
that's the worst time. Like if you're not gonna wear lotion,
exposed areas only. I do.
If you're not gonna wear lotion and you live in North Carolina,
if I'm wearing short sleeves, I throw it on the elbows. Other than that, look. Hey, you just gonna have to look, y'all. Y'all just gonna have to wait.
Your skin gonna crack.
Hey, Keisha. Yes. I want to congratulate you.
On
today is Wednesday, and you still have the same hairstyle, my nigga.
Ooh, that is. You know what? That is.
I've had this Sunday too. No,
Saturday. You had it on Sunday, so congratulations. Yeah. It looks nice.
It did cross my mind because whatever she did, she put them in way tight and it felt like it was pulling my brain out through my scalp. So I was like, nope, just breathe through it, Keisha. Breathe through it.
She said, breathe through it. Yeah, it's Wednesday, and you got that shit already. Like, still, I'm impressive.
For those that do not watch our show, Straight to Tape, I have hair ADHD really bad, and I'm surprised that it took me this long to get a new hairdo. But it's whatever.
Got you.
Yeah. She said it's whatever. Look, I'm just saying. I noticed. I paid attention, and I was.
Candy knows the story of the fucking lemonade braids I got during Black Wall Street homecoming one time, and I worked literally 24 hours, and I came home and I took them out.
What?
And you see her the next day, and she's like,
"Oh, so you got money? You can just pay for your hair and just take it out the next day. You got money.
If I don't like it, I don't like it. I have these grandiose ideas. My best friend is a hairdresser, so I'd be like, "Oh, hey, let's do this." I pay her for what I pay her,
right?
But she'll do anything I want to, except for relax. Who at this point she will not give me a relaxer, even if I paid her to do it.
I'm trying to be your Doug to the Kamala. So what's happening? I'm trying to be.
What's up?
You got money.
Oh my god, he's so stupid.
I mean, it's part of my you spend money on shoes. I spend money on. I don't even spend a lot of money on hair though.
What do I spend money on?
Art supplies and cool
things.
I mean, did I spend money on shoes?
Yo, and honestly, you wear a lot of accoutrements, Candy. You always have like a scarf. You always have, you know what I mean? Accoutrements. You know what I'm saying? Bracelets.
Not accessories.
I do not ever see no bracelets. I don't have a bunch of accoutrements. I spend most of my money on art supplies. Dead ass seriously.
People call those accessories. Damn it! I mean, you don't have to be fancy about it. She wears accessories. That's what women do.
That nigga puts on the accoutrement because she got her motherfucking Black Power earrings in.
Where'd I get these? What is these?
I bet you they black as hell. Look, and they're you too. I'm telling you, I bet you the person that made it is black as shit. Straight from
actually. So mine, I'm ashamed to say that I got these at the hair supply store for $1.
Oh, buy some more, and
I will when I find some.
Okay.
Cultural appropriation. That better not be hair.
I got these from. I always buy these whenever they have black festivals, like when they have Bembe or when they have African American Heritage Festival. I specifically go there to those and find all the earrings and buy a bunch of earrings. They be like $5 and $8.
You know what else? You know what else is getting cheap right now?
I don't know if I bought these, so I think it might have been gifts.
Damn, that's a terrible transition. But fuck it, let's go into shit that we need to speak about tonight.
Yep,
Ratchet shit.
There it is. You know what I mean? Normally P Nominal's here. He's out there gallivanting and playing the side of the field right there, barefoot with his wife or whatever. I think it's their anniversary or something like that. They're about to have a moon child.
I should have. If I was their anniversary, I would have worn some ballet.
We just spocking under the moon.
I would have worn my ballet hoodie. Is it really their anniversary?
Oh shit! What's the wedding? Y'all know. Look, when was the wedding?
It's been no year, has it?
It ain't right. No, because it was like February, March.
I'm about to say, yeah. I mean,
I'm just making shit up.
COVID.
But
that's how rumors get started.
The only thing he couldn't make it here today. You know, shout out to P Nominal.
I mean, shit.
Nominal family. You know what I'm
right?
saying? The little nominals and all that.
The nominal family.
Yeah.
Shout out to the nominals.
And the nominals are. You know what I'm saying?
Phenomenationals.
Phenomenal.
But yeah, so this part right here is called The Bull in the Bull. Shout out, because the Bull City's been rocking. The Bull City's been rocking. Shout out to our home girl.
Y'all saw it today?
Yeah. Our home. Of course. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you didn't see it? Yeah. If anybody can pull up that picture real quick, show Key on a joint. But she was doing sign language for Lady Gaga and threw the horns up. So I don't know if she's from.
We're gonna take claim to anything.
Take that shit. We're gonna take it. But yeah, man, shout out to Bull and Bull City, man. Some of the local news is going on right now. Bar owners say that the ABC Commission, the Alphabet Boys, are canceling permits for their bars. So on the article, I think that this is one of those headlines that grab you in, but then when you read the article, it's like you can like, I see what it is. It's more or less for the bars that were already closing.
Right.
You know,
and they had like 60, 90 days or something like that to do some kind of renewal or some kind of other request, and they haven't. So
they have to pay a monthly fee to keep their license, right?
Yes.
They weren't open, so they weren't paying that fee.
Right.
So the algorithm basically canceled their license.
Right.
Yeah.
And when it's not something like, if you deal in logistics, it's not something you really think about, right? It's not until it happens, somebody calls and you're like, oh yeah, that's what happened. Well, when you get ready to open back up, just let us know.
Right.
Waive the fees. You paid the fee for the month that are going to restart, and you keep it moving. But also there is a real bone of contention about how Governor Roy Cooper has handled the reopening and about to be the reclosing, but reopening. So bar owners have gotten the short end of the stick. So a bar is somewhere that just sells alcohol. Like, I think in order to be considered a restaurant, 30% of your revenue has to come from food. So if it's a place that just set, and it's a place that just sells alcohol and doesn't have outside seating, they were not able to reopen. And they're angry, rightfully so. So with this little tidbit that ABC license were being canceled, they file some suit or something like that.
They filed. It wasn't. I don't think it was a lawsuit. It was a complaint. Let me go back and look. But so let me go back up. Sorry, my bad. The NC Bar Owners Association.
So they're mad they've been mad at Governor Cooper for months and months and months and months.
Oh yeah, because this should have happened. This whole open carry. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. I've been a proponent of not only like takeaway alcohol, but open carry, so that like motherfuckers can, we can like what's it called, Bourbon Street it.
Yeah, they would.
My thing they were looking for it to happen, and they were talking about they were hoping to happen in April.
Why not carry out?
Why not? What?
Mm-hmm. You jumped on me. What'd you say, Bishop?
Who? Me?
Oh,
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. My VPN started acting a fucking monkey. But no. So no, I think since we can open carry guns, we should be able to open carry out alcohol too.
I really think so. I think, especially if we're trying to keep small business, if be about what you're talking about. So if you're saying, small businesses are important, we don't want to lose our bars, we want people to be unemployed. Go ahead and let motherfuckers pick their shit up, get it delivered.
Sit out on the sidewalk and drink it.
Exactly, Keisha. Right. Like seriously though,
what's the worst
thing? I mean, they're showing some kind of, I guess I would say, progression. In that, because they are allowing now to-go cups, and it was certain other things that they're allowing bars to do, which they at one point they weren't allowing before. You couldn't get a to-go cup of Long Island or say certain other alcoholic beverages, cocktails, anything like that. So now with them allowing it, I think it's going to like, all right, well, if they're going to buy it, more than likely they're going to start walking down the street and drink it too. So.
I'd rather them drink it. I'd rather them walk down the street and drink the shit than drive and drink it.
Yes, exactly.
And my thing is that somehow we think that if we create these rules and laws and say if we keep these drinking folks that make these specific choices in the confines of our bar, like you think they ain't got liquor in their car? I know plenty of people with a
Hey, everybody got a free game, right?
That's right.
But it happens. People aren't different from state to state, right? Like I literally, when I went to New Orleans, I'm at the bar trying to finish my drink, and she's like, "No, baby, you can take that outside." I was like, "Oh yeah!" Like, and then during what was it? Downtown Durham during the last Art of Cool festival.
Sure was.
The cops were like, because there was a Kettle One tent out on the street. And I'm asking people. I was like, me and Tico were out there. I was like, do we have to like
stay in this vicinity? Right.
She was like, no.
Bro,
this is serious. And I was like,
remember, because when we were doing the hosting, Intelligently Ratchet, we do a lot of hosting for, Art of Cool stuff.
Remember that time when we hosted Art of Cool? Yeah, I mean,
but no, the last time, and they actually had that stand, and me and him, I was like, "Oh, they got drinks out here,
right, on the street, right?"
We was right in front of it. I mean, we had like 8 Long Island, like 2
but
hours.
I didn't believe her, so I found the first cop that I saw. I was like, "Yo, dude, is it okay for us to carry this alcohol?" He was like, "Today it is, but don't come back here to that bullshit because we're gonna lock you up."
Right.
So.
He said that too. He's a Durham cop.
Yeah,
Right, Durham cops. I love him. I love Durham cops. I'm sorry, y'all. Right, yeah. Like, I know we all got issues with police officers somewhere, but Durham police is cool. Like I had a shirt on. I had a black as fuck shirt on. It said Black AF. And I'm walking at Durham Central Park for some event, and the cop says, "Hey, what's AF mean?" I said, "It's fuck." He laughed and said, "I gotta get me one of those." Just like they're helpful. They're helpful when I'm painting on the street. When I'm painting on the street, they make sure they be like, "Hey, move your cones out farther so you can be safer. Like,
Right.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I
So-
grew up in Indiana. They won't nice there. Police are nicer here. Way nice.
Mhm.
Sorry. I don't know. People don't like that. That's their problem.
So Justin, you say that you think there needs to be a progression. Why? Like, if you're an adult of drinking age, why do you think we need to be progressed into being able to open carry?
Progression of allowance to be able to drink while walking.
Why though? Why?
Because
why can't they just make?
Why do we have to be
why can't they just be
pigeonholed?
like, okay, North Carolina is now an open carry alcohol state?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what that needs. You know what I'm saying? So that needs to be, allowed. I don't think we should be pigeonholed, to just drinking inside the facility.
Mhm.
When there are states, cities, I don't even go to states. When there are cities like New Orleans or at Las Vegas where you can walk down the street, with your,
Alcoholic beverage.
alcohol beverage. Your, what's the joint from the
Hurricane,
97 octane or your hurricane or you know what I'm saying, because you're going to Fat Tuesdays and you have your joint and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
It's okay.
That's right.
I don't think it would make any difference as far as, like Candy said, the decisions that people make.
No, the people who are reckless are gonna keep being reckless.
I'm in total agreement and support of it. I'm thinking, yes, the state needs to progress more and allow this to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I'm with it all.
or what, but that's what I mean.
And Daniel said, "Why you add it? Just go ahead and legalize pot." That's fine.
Hey, I am. Look, anybody that I am in full support of it. I am in full support of it. I even own stock, so I am definitely not. Look, I am in full support of it. Please legalize.
I'm ready. So the next step.
I support it. You know what I'm saying?
The next step will be that for our fast food restaurants, like the daiquiri bars in Louisiana, where they can shove a little bit more, like a shot of something into your drinks. We go to the fast food drive-through window, right? And they give you an extra little in your drink.
You can't do that, Candy, because you're drive-throughing. That's alcohol in a drive-through. You know what I'm saying?
So,
they have
do it in Louisiana. They do it in Louisiana.
Cantina thing.
Yeah, they do it. Bishop, they do it in Louisiana. So I this is the funny part. I haven't been to New Orleans, but I've been to 3 other towns or whatever in Louisiana, and they will give you can go through a drive-through daiquiri bar and get a gallon jug of daiquiri with a couple of shots of extra liquor. Then they'll give you the big 7 double gulp cups like from 7-Eleven with a straw in it with more daiquiri and alcohol in it and a drive-through and tell you to have a good day. So I am not far my statement. What I'm suggesting,
fast food restaurants need to have a liquor license. That's what you're saying,
right?
Facts. So maybe the new one that's coming, right?
Hold on. Don't jump, because we got other shit we got to talk about with the bull and the bull right before we jump to that part.
Go ahead, Bishop.
Thank you. I'm running this shit tonight. All right.
Oh,
run it.
Bishop.
Run it.
Run it. But speaking of that's on the fun side of things, but on the worst side of things, DHA is unsafe than a motherfucker. Durham Housing Authority. I just saw a Facebook post that Nita sent up. A young lady was living in Maduga, and her whole upstairs power just shut down, and the lights and all that shit was flickering, and her outlets start smoking. So this has been a big concern about Durham Housing Authority and everything like that. If y'all don't know what the housing authority is, it's like with projects and stuff like that. There's very, very, very unsafe practices going on. And it's getting bad. Like we just had the whole asbestos situation.
And their delay. Are they blaming their delay on Rona? Because this started percolating right before coronavirus.
Well, part of it is they're blaming part of it on coronavirus slowing down their responses. However, the biggest issue that at least they're acknowledging is the fact that most of those developments are very old. It's the age of the buildings.
Yeah.
Right. So the age of those buildings, I guess they all are similar in terms of when they were developed or created. and they're old, and the stuff is all wearing out at the same time. So with that, I mean, the solution feels like we need to start something that develops in a staggered way, so it's not just 8 different projects and 8 different developments at the same time, so that we don't run into this kind of thing again. Because all that the solution is okay, we're gonna fix all these things where these people live. However, if we just build big chunks of new developments at the same time, we're gonna run into the same shit in 15, 20 years. Right.
What they need to do is this right here. They need to go ahead and integrate some of the housing, the low income housing, inside of these new developments that we're building anyway, right?
Yeah.
Hey, tell them, Bishop. Tell them.
Because if I'm in a condo, right? If I'm in a condo and I'm paying X amount of $100K for my condo to own that shit, and then you allow some X amount of it's 1,000 units. If you say 30 units are for people of low income, then what I do is, guess what? Everything keeps up, because if I'm paying my money to live in this motherfucker, the maintenance is they're not going to care of. You're not going to look at your rent and say, okay, I'm not going to take care of this part, because it's all intertwined within the building. First of all, what that does is this right here. That builds confidence for the people that are in the lower income, and that way they can see that, they can see that they don't have to live in a place that they have to live first, that they have been living in. You know what I'm saying? Because if you get that going on, like if you grow up and your friend parents is living in the same condo that you're using, and you in $1,000 condos, guess what? You don't know any better. You say, okay, I'm supposed to live here. You
want to know something interesting, Bishop?
Yeah.
What you're speaking of to force developments to do that is currently illegal in North Carolina.
It is.
It is currently illegal in North Carolina. GK Butterfield's been trying to combat it and get that House bill overturned, but currently it is illegal in North Carolina to do that. It makes perfect sense.
Right.
It creates better communities.
To do it. To force developers to do it.
Right. What I'm saying is, right, as a developer, you know what I'm saying? Because I was thinking about that today, speaking of the lottery. I was like, that's what I would do. I would develop something, because if I could do it, if as long as you can't force me to do it, if I can do it anyway, like, okay, 50 of these things I'm gonna do is gonna be for 50 families that are coming. So that way, what they can do is, because what they need to do is kind of like Candy said, what they need to do is they need to knock down McDougal and build it back up.
If you go to the back of McDougal Terrace, right now, there's about about 5 or 6.
Terrace.
I used to work over there. Leave me alone.
I don't know. Listen, first of all, you going to McDougal Terrace and Bishop Omega going to McDougal Terrace, 2 different things. I don't know too many people.
Y'all both light skinned. It's fine.
I was saying, I thought you was good in the hood.
Huh?
She was good.
Yeah. If you go to the back of McDougal Terrace, right? There are at least 5 vacant buildings that are on the same property, right? So there is space room. There's space room, and I don't know about resource, but there is space within that same area to go ahead and knock those down, gut those out, whichever they choose to do, and develop back there and stagger folks over from one building to the next, right? Even if it's a lottery system or whatever they choose to do that puts people in the new buildings, there's room to do that, and that's more sustainable than the idea of flush down and drain everybody, figure it out somewhere. Oh, we need to buy this land. It's right there. There's a bunch of buildings that are MAC buildings at the back of that property right now. I remember seeing them when they had the carbon monoxide shit going on, and people were and they were making trays and stuff of food for the families that were staying in the hotels and getting things over to them or whatever. I had to park farther back, and I looked and I was like, what the hell? So when I counted, and I was like, so there's room for the growth or the transition or the redevelopment. It's just about where they want to spend money and where they can make it back, because city government is still a business, right?
Yeah, it is.
And as much as we can understand that and respect it in some capacity, it does a horrible disservice when there are. Go ahead.
No, and because it's kind of like because we almost talk about the same thing too. Because again, but that's not because Durham did well with those townhouses downtown. Remember, they knocked down a portion of the projects, and then they built up those nice townhouses. But they've let those go to squander because one of the a young lady lived in there had freaking roaches out the caboodle. And what you got to understand is this right here. Me and Justin know this right here because in Philly, kind of the same thing. You share a wall, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes what happens is the people that live next to you were nasty, and then they move out. Then the roaches they don't have food. Mm-hmm. So guess what the roaches do? They come over to your house. The rats and all that shit come over to your house, right? Or if you have a vacant building, you have a vacant building next to your crib. You know what I'm saying? So what the block has to do, you know what I mean, to get rid of roaches, your whole block has to fumigate at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got everybody
drive them out.
When I say this right
here. So two things. Mm-hmm. All of the logistics that y'all were talking about, you do realize that there are people within the government that went to school for that type of shit. Yes, there's probably already plans that have been crumpled up and thrown in the trash can on how to deal with this. Yep. That in and of itself is a testament to people actually voting. Low income to high income. You have got to get people in office that actually care about this type of shit in order to allocate funds to make it happen.
So do we vote in the CEO of the Durham Housing Authority? That's a good question. Is it a appointed position? Because it's
a voted position. Because I remember when that shit was going on in right before COVID, it's a black dude, and I watched the town council meeting, and they were giving him fire. You hear me?
Yeah,
like we voted you in, and you ain't doing shit to help anyone. But the second thing is about property value. There's nothing really the people that are affected can do about it. Low income brings down property value. It just does. I don't care if it's like Bishop said, 1,000 units and 30 of those. So a developer is not going to sign on for that unless they have a bleeding heart. And you probably, for people that rich, will never find that shit. Right. I'm talking about like not even Bill Gates.
That's what that is. You know,
it's not going to happen
in itself. You know what I'm saying? Because how does what I pay? See, that's what I'm saying. When we talk about that shit, that falls into the place of redlining and all that shit. Because it goes into the place of why what I pay for rent should affect. Because if I'm washing my ass and I'm going to work. Why? Because I don't make another $10,000. Should it even affect your value of your property or the value of this building?
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
It does. Nice. Black people bring down.
That's what I'm saying.
Because property brings down the property value.
What it is this right? That's that redlining shit. That's the shit that we need to get rid of because that's racist as shit.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I don't want to say black people affecting the property. I want to say people that don't take care of.
No, sir. There have been experiments and studies done where a single house was appraised, and the owner of the house appeared to be a black person, and the owner of the same property appeared to be a white person, and the white people with the same appraisal company, the exact same house, was appraised higher. So
I seen that. That's what I'm talking about. I get what you're saying. When I sold my house, my realtor told me, "Hey, I hate to tell you, but if you want to get top dollar, take your pictures down."
Yep, take your pictures down.
You know what I'm saying? Make it as neutral as black in that house if you want to get top dollar. You appeal to everyone. I was like, okay. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I understood everything I was saying, but and it sucks that it is that way. But I just think more so because when Bishop was talking about it, I'm sitting here thinking like I'm all for that, but at the same time, when you have a bad neighbor and they're paying a mortgage or paying the same amount as you when you're paying for your home or whatever, and they don't take care of the property, and we got the HOA, you know what I'm saying? It's different. But if a person comes in and they're paying far significantly less, and they don't care about the property because they're with a subsidy program, I think there needs to be some contingencies, because that person's not cutting their grass like they should, or they just pissing, or they just got their shit all in front of the lawn, or just whatever. Like, to me, I think it should be some like, all right,
well,
there should be some things like, okay, you're part of this program, like you can get booted out of said property, said area, or whatever. I'm all for that person having that experience, because they could see that and say, okay, they got their yard straight. They got their yard straight. They got their yard straight. Let me be a good neighbor and keep my yard straight too, because I want to be like whatever. Sometimes it could be inspirational, aspirational. It could be, you know what I'm saying, to build a person up. And I'm all for that too.
Can I ask a question real quick? I want to ask that to that point. Why don't we just put them under the same rules of the HOA?
That and that's what I'm saying. Like, there needs to be those contingencies that they're under the same joint of the HOA, and not just or even a little, maybe even more stringent, because they got their the programs policies as well as the HOA or the community's policies as well. You know what I'm saying? So you got to keep the stuff straight in order to keep the the property value up. You know what I'm saying? And it's a win for everybody.
And exactly, and this is a point that I've been making like for the past month, is that we could probably solve that problem with keeping people's clean yards and all that stuff if we had more crackheads nowadays. Because listen to what I'm saying. Can y'all walk down this rabbit hole with me? Can you?
Mary and Barry.
Hear me out.
No drugs.
Hear me out.
Bishop, I said Mary and Barry, motherfucker. Like, I'm agreeing with you.
Crackheads can get shit done. Now listen what I'm saying is this right here. Okay. The reason why we don't have quality law work anymore, because everybody's on opioids, and opioids make you sleepy. Crack gets shit done. You know what I'm saying? Think about this. Have you ever paid a crackhead $15 to detail your car? You know what I'm saying? They'll detail your car, rotate your tires. They'll go ahead and fix the alternator. You know what I'm saying? All before the Newport burns their fingers.
That's facts.
And you could probably get an Xbox for $150. But guess what? If you got 80, they'll take that too.
I'm down for it. Get rid of these damn opioids.
Get rid of the opioids, bring more crack back. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, there we go. All right.
Bring crack back.
Bring crack back. Bring crack back. Bring back. I'm sorry, Justin. We probably jeopardizing your
Look, man, I already told you the stuff that I support. I just I don't agree. I don't agree. It's funny.
We understand.
I just don't agree.
We're just joking.
I understand. I think it's funny. I just said that.
Okay.
I just don't agree.
Tico would agree.
Yeah, exactly. She said then the house is gonna get broken into. Yeah, because they know all about it. They done scoped out your garage. They don't know. They didn't know when you home.
Hold on. What I'm saying is this right here. Listen. A crackhead. A loyal crackhead does not fuck their business up. A crackhead will snitch on another crackhead for breaking into your house. Hey, Tyrone and ran up in your shit. Let me get $5. I go get your shit back right now.
Meanwhile, the opioid users will like scope your house out and dress up as a repairman and come in and take you for everything you had.
Right, and then fall asleep on your couch.
Make a sandwich, take a shower.
Yo, I was just about to say, they got Jersey Mike's in here. Let me hook this up.
Hey, man.
I'm gonna eat the rest of this Jimmy John sandwich. They won't mind.
Look. Whoa. Just put some chili on top of it with some cheese. Just some chili.
Get all,
baby.
There's a potato chips. Potato chips.
Hey, man. Like, they got Jimmy John's here, man. Come on now, bro. Yes. They smoke a Newport, playing the guitar and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Jimmy John's is like the corporate box lunch.
Thank you very much.
Okay, all right. How did we get here, sir?
It was Bishop.
I'm snatching you by the back of your neck out this damn it rabbit hole.
I'm just saying, crackheads get shit done. Opioid users don't. But yeah, so back to the Durham Housing Authority. You know, they got to get their shit together, basically.
Basically.
So
I mean, they've been needing to get their shit together because, you know, like I said, they had the whole asbestos thing. People have been dying from that. They had a couple gas leaks and stuff like that. You know, everything was, you know, it's been a bad situation, you know, all around. And, you know, people are in destitute as it is, but then you're making the situations even more,
right,
or even worse
by ignoring it.
Them, you know, by ignoring it and not helping out. You know, when it comes to I know I've done it or had to live in that situation where you're using your stove, you know what I'm saying, to heat your house. You know what I'm saying? And, you know,
because the heater broken.
Because the heater broken, and, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, you got light candles underneath, you know, certain faucets to make sure that the pipes don't freeze. And, you know what I'm saying? So,
and these people do not have the means to just up and move.
Right.
Like the whole bootstrap theory does not work here.
Does not work
because
here.
it takes some money to move.
Right, it does.
That's right. It takes a certain level of income to be able to rent in the area.
Your bootstraps only works if you have boots.
Right.
Exactly.
Woo, tell them about the boots. Tell them about the boots.
So you know what I'm saying.
Raph said we Mexicans used to use thick blankets.
To wrap around the pipes, Raph?
Nah, you keep one of them shits.
Parkas,
All right,
poncho. Why don't I was about to be super racist right there. I was like, yo, get away from me, Holmes. You can't have my Parker, Holmes. Get off me. Baby Joker, give me your baby Ralph.
What is that accent going on there?
I don't know what it was.
Baby Joker.
Ratchet.
Andy, what's the next topic before we get in trouble?
I tried, but he told me he was handling it. So I'm gonna send my black ass over here and look shiny and shit. I'm gonna let him keep talking.
Shining.
Candy, not take your job. We can share. Let's go to the next topic, Candy.
You just told a nigga to shut the fuck up a few minutes ago, Bishop. If I was next to you, I'd still get hacked.
Ladies and gentlemen, I did not tell Candy to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I'm just finna hold on. I'm busy.
I didn't hear those words.
And then lie on me at the same time, Candy. Goddamn it, we're not gonna have that shit.
I didn't hear those words. Anywho, so moving on, that was the stuff that we talking about, local, So what's
you better not pick your goddamn thing.
We're bringing in Ratchet.
Doing a show, goddamn it.
She flossing.
Get her out of here. Her ass can go.
She was flossing, yo. She was flossing.
You can't floss with this. We are doing a live fucking show. We will not use tooth care. Intelligent Ratchet doesn't care about your tooth care.
Oh, I'm about to eat pizza though. In a minute.
That's funny. That's cool.
Well, okay, all right, folks. This is one of our Ratchet parts of Intelligently Ratchet. So we're just going to keep it in our Ratchet joint and start talking about some
toes and picking your teeth. I'm gonna go warm my pizza up.
Oh my God.
You know what? No. See, we'll start talking about some Ratchet stuff of Intelligently Ratchet.
Right. No, we got something that's a little bit ratchet.
People I know. Plot.
What's that? Plot. No. No. Before we get the plies. Something a little bit more ratchet than that.
How'd you just skip the checkers shit? Checkers. Checkers the bookstore?
What?
That's what I was just about to go into there, Candy.
It ain't ratchet. Shit ratchet.
It's kind of ratchet. Okay.
So is Checkers coming to Durham?
So no. This is what. So you know where the No Bookstore used to be at? It's now the Coco Jazz Club. There used to be the No Bookstore. It's a landmark monument in Durham, North Carolina, and they're changing that motherfucker into a Checkers.
What?
Yeah.
The burger place?
Checkers coming to Durham? Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. So
that's not how it was supposed to go.
That's not hell yeah.
It was intimate because Checkers is bomb.
But do you put it in
I don't want the Landmark Bookstore to go anywhere like the Landmark building.
Right,
but
that's the issue though.
I also would like some Checkers fries and a burger. I can be both, right?
Oh,
right.
No, we can't. We wish we could have both, but obviously we can't.
Was y'all buying books from the bookstore?
Well, the bookstore closed. The No Bookstore closed, and then it turned into a jazz. The building turned into a.
Oh, so what bookstore? This is Checkers now. It's the Checkers bookstore. We good. We out here, baby.
Are we sure? Are we sure it's going to be a Checkers and not?
Hey, we out here, baby.
Are we sure?
Yo, give me some fries, a milkshake, and a softback book. You know what I'm saying?
Softback book. That would be hot if we could just put, in the gentrified neighborhoods, they have leave a book, take a book boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I got one in my neighborhood. It's not gentrified. You know what I'm saying?
I have one in my neighborhood. It's not gentrified.
In Durham, the neighborhood. Exactly.
Crazy.
Yeah. But I'm not trying to be funny, but I say like up when they call them up and coming. That's usually where they call it, where the word up and coming is attached. They have the leave a book, take a book boxes. I think that it would be really cool if we could install one of those there. I might write a grant so that we can and see if we can get whoever opens that to allow us to. Because it's just the easy thing to get somebody to make one, and it would be a nice tribute to what was there before, especially since it's around other schools, a university down the road and there's other schools. I think it would be a nice tribute to the Cocoa Bookstore if we could have a drop a book, take a book in the in front of the Checkers.
Yeah.
But my thing is right here. They're doing Checkers, but the old Church's chicken joint is right next door.
So nobody wants that. Don't nobody want Church's chicken except on Fish Fridays.
But I'm saying no, the Church's chicken is closed because they were selling people bad meat. So
man, I had never had churches before until I moved down here, and I was like going and I was getting a chicken strip like this, and I was like, "Yo, what the hell? These joints is big as hell. These joints on steroids. Like, what?
It's people. They may feed you people."
No.
So Church's chicken was selling more bad meat than phenomenal.
Look. I done ate rat. I done ate shark. I done. You know what I'm saying? Look.
You gotta dip from a pie. Yeah, dip your chicken strip like this.
Give me some more of that sweet and sour sauce. We Gucci over here.
Y'all got anything with sweet and sour sauce?
Y'all got that Girotassos?
She just left.
Girotassos. Yeah. She don't want it. She don't want it.
Towels. You know what I'm saying? The only general I recognize.
That General TS. Y'all got that General TS song.
Let me get that General TSO. My man. Let me get that General TSO. You mean General South? Yeah, that too.
Like, you be like,
so the sour so.
It's so. It's like saying it's like spelling J with a T. The T salad. It's not to J. You know what I'm saying? It's that.
Look, I don't know everything, so that's why I just be asking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let me get that General TSO. What the TSO stand for?
Yeah.
You see your shit, nigga. On God.
Now you just sound like you got a gold grill. Now you just sound like you got a gold grill.
General Tao to Tiso.
Tiso. Let me get that General Tiso.
When I was in a Chinese restaurant and he was so serious. Yeah, I ordered the General Tiso.
Never mind, sir.
You could have it, sir. Would you say, Candy? It sounds like I got gold fronts in my mouth.
That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds
like. So let me get some of that General Proposite. But yo, speaking of gold fronts, our most, our favorite yeller person on the track has taken out his gold front. Plies. Have y'all seen the pictures of Plies?
Yeah.
With his new teeth. He has taken the gold fronts out and he buried them in his backyard. And it's a video.
I didn't see that part.
It's a video. I don't know if did Pete drop the video link to us?
He ain't playing it straight.
Right. But listen, that shit. First of all, he took the gold. They gave him a little dental thing, and he was like, he had a burial for the shit and everything like that. First of all, he had about 6 to 10 gold teeth in that shit.
Okay.
With that wasn't the disturbing part because I'm like, why are you gonna bury that's gold? You can melt that shit down and make a chain. That's okay. You can go ahead and get a break.
His gold teeth. He could make a pinky ring maybe.
Well, okay.
He can make a pendant with a P.
And maybe you can, but maybe those gold teeth symbolize some era or a part of life that he may interested in retaining. Because if you also look at his Instagram account, all of the videos before are gone. He wiped that shit clean. None of it's there anymore. It's all gone. It's all gone. There are only pictures of. There are only yes. So I think
only a woman can make you do that shit.
What's interesting to me is so something. I don't know if it's something. It's some kind of paradigm shift. I feel like. So it's cool that it's fun something to talk about that his gold teeth are out. He had the burial form or whatever. But at the same time, this is some kind of paradigm shift for him to swipe his whole shit, and there only be those pictures.
Videos.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, he swiped his whole shit clean. So I'm more interested in like what the shift is for him, like and what to see what he's got going on or what he's thinking about moving forward than anything. So those teeth might represent. Think about something that you own that may have been valuable, but the memory or like what it's representative of is connected to something that's deeply painful or hard for you.
Oh, yeah, we straight.
Wow, Plies.
Damn gold teeth. This is Ply. I ain't gonna play the sound.
I mean,
shout out to his dentist. Good teeth. They're good teeth. They don't mouth. They're really nice veneers. They're very nice, Keisha. You saw them, right? Mm-hmm. They're very nice.
Looks like I Am Zoe and Kurt Franklin. They all look like they're brothers.
This nigga looks 28.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Plies look 28 without the gold teeth in his mouth. And the funny thing is, when he put away the gold teeth, he said, "Man, I'm sorry to see these things go, man, cause I ate a lot of pussy." Pussy. I said, you know what? But the fact is, they still have pieces of teeth in them. Because if y'all don't understand, it was like Prize didn't have like just gold fronts.
He didn't have fronts. They were his teeth.
Permanents. They had permanents. So that means what they do, ladies and gentlemen, they file down your teeth to points, and then they put the teeth on. So his teeth are gone.
Yeah, veneers then.
Yeah, he got veneers.
Yeah.
So if you ever get gold fronts come out. You can pop them things out, put them down, put them back in, or whatever. It won't make no joint. But when you got permanents like they do out in Miami, when you get them slugs in your mouth, them things are permanent. They don't ever come out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? They don't ever come out your mouth, and they shave your teeth all the way down. So you gotta get fake teeth. Yep.
Grind
them. But it was still pieces of teeth in there. I was like, that's kind of what messed me up. So
I've got bottoms. I've got bottoms. I don't wear them anymore because we wear a mask all the time.
Oh, where you got bottoms? I'm gonna get me some bottoms, yo.
Grills?
You should put them on. You should put them on for straight to tape.
My man.
Yeah, put them in. Not straight to tape.
Me and my son got them together for last Christmas.
That's nice.
That's what's up.
That's a sweet bonding activity.
Well, you don't do shit like that with me, Justin. We don't go out there and get gold fronts together.
Because we ain't like that. We just cool.
We don't like you.
I can't do it.
Well, you can't. What I'm saying. What you saying is that you won't get gold fronts with me. Like I get Justin on mine, you get Kareem on yours. It'd be dope like that. Like,
Justin got a wide mouth, right? Like, look. So this is probably gonna be. I don't mean it. I'm just saying.
You a wide mouth motherfucker. You want fish man?
What I'm saying, Justin got a wide mouth. Let me finish.
What's the next subject? Hold on.
Let me clarify. Justin got a wide mouth, so that like his veneer, if y'all go and get front, they're gonna have to spend more. He's gonna have to spend more money to get it to fit, and that's not gonna be fair. So like it's probably a more expensive activity. That's all I'm saying. You got a little baby, you got a little toddler mouth. Like
I do not have a toddler mouth.
Yeah, it's little, it's skinny. It's narrow.
Oh God, hey, Justin. Wow.
It's a little narrow mouth.
Yo, you know what it is? It's like this. It's like we had the discussion like a couple episodes ago. Like when you from up north, when you say somebody like yo, that's Jermaine or that's dark skin Jermaine. Yo, where Just at? What's Just? Light skin Just?
Wide mouth Just.
Justin. Nobody said there was nothing wrong with your mouth being wide. It was just a descriptive word. Like you ain't supposed to hide.
Keep blaming me, right? She's gonna keep blaming me. Wow, it's all right.
God damn.
Why you don't hide it? Don't hide it.
She said Justin's a filter feeder.
For the rest of the show.
Old Muppet mouth.
I saw that too. I was like, I'm gonna just be quiet. I ain't gonna say nothing.
God damn it. Oh shit.
I'm just
Mouth having
okay.
Oh shit. Hey, all right, just don't be.
There's nothing wrong with your mouth, Justin. Ain't nothing wrong.
Yeah, I got what I got.
Justin, you see how long? How long my toes are? Most people don't have toes as long as mine, but they're my toes, and I can pick things up with them.
I got what I got. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, let's move on because you've heard. Okay, listen, we gotta get the show. I can't. So go on. Y'all excuse me for a second.
No, you laugh just for laughing's sake. Stop it.
Oh God!
I can't even see the comments anymore because I had to put them down. I had to turn them off.
Oh shit! Oh God!
I don't like it at all.
Oh my God! So you go. It's roasting you right now, B.
So
you too, nigga. You said you eat popcorn one kernel at a time with your small ass.
Oh, a small mouth.
I wish I could grab. I need to try. I want to go noodling. So, he said I can grab this out and leg with my feet. That would be toes correct. And I want to go noodling. I don't want to use my feet though. I just want to use my fingers, my hands.
Shit!
No, I don't want to do that.
But I don't. But until I can do that, I'm gonna just watch these busted challenges. I have a favorite busted challenge. So for anybody who's not paying attention to the internet lately or took a break or whatever, right now there are videos and our current social media challenge is a busted challenge.
Yes.
And for the most part, it started off where it was just like women and they were kind of like, they're in house coats and sweatpants. Mm-hmm. And then bonnets, and then when the beat dropped, they were fully dressed like they was going out in something, tight or short, and like squatting on their knees, twerking and shit. Mm-hmm. And then it developed into something else, and that part made me laugh.
One could say it evolved or devolved.
Yeah.
I don't know because, like I said, my favorite's Tracy Ellis Ross. That was my favorite.
What about that one? Because what did Tracy Ellis Ross do? Did she do an actual busted challenge, or did she make that shit comical?
It was hilarious. So she was in her little like baggy shirt and boho pants and shit. Mm-hmm. And she did, the little stance. I think my butt getting big. And then the beat drop, and then the position, like, those camera switches. And some other black gal who was like squatting on her knees, looking back like. But the way it happened was hilarious. So that was my favorite thing. It was fun because they were like, there's like a mom who she's trying to make the video. There's a couple of mom ones. I like the mom ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like mom
where they're like
hilarious
busting it down and picking up toys off the ground, or the kids trying to dance in front of them.
Did you see the one where she sat the baby on the counter? She sat the baby on the counter. Cute mom.
Yeah,
the baby was like
laughing.
And the baby kept laughing, and she could drop, and the baby's the baby is bawling, laughing, and she's laughing, and she didn't even switch the video. It was hilarious.
Great. Yeah,
I saw the one when she was about to do it. She was about to bust it, so she's in a bedroom. So at the foot of your bed or whatever, she got the camera set up so it's facing the door. So she goes to bust it, and her man walks in the room, and she just started making the bed up.
Yeah. Because he grabbed her booty, like he smacked her booty when he walked past.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Straighten these sheets out.
But there are also some men's that are doing this too, like firefighters and stuff.
Oh, I didn't see those. Really?
I find myself. We talk about rabbit holes a lot. I will fall into a TikTok rabbit hole and be on TikTok for like an hour, and the videos are only like 15 seconds long.
Right. So that means you done got a library worth of content.
Whew.
Pretty much. Guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Hey, we all got a thing. That's all right, gal.
I got like 3 videos on TikTok, man. You know what I'm saying? I was surprised that a total stranger was like, yo, that shit was hilarious. I was like, thank you, stranger. I still get geeked when I do shit and people
That's
like
good. You do it to enjoy. You're supposed to get geeked over a thing you enjoy.
I love it. But yo, I'm here for the busted challenge. I'm here for the fact that Nelly, since it is on TikTok, right? He's getting royalties every time they play this shit, ain't it? He should be.
Yeah, probably. You're right.
Oh, that's what's up.
Not off of TikTok.
Yeah,
if you stream the song.
But no, it's a song that's embedded. I don't know how TikToks work. It's certain songs that are embedded on TikTok that they put on there.
Yeah, too. Right. Yep.
So if they embed the song on there and you can use it,
you
know what I mean. You get
there's some stuff. Yeah, there's So
they gotta get paid for it.
There's an equation for that to be.
I don't know.
It's a juice-matic equation. It's a juice bag, but so y'all let us know. Hey, yo, have y'all in television Ratcheteers? Have y'all done any busted challenges? Any your favorite busted challenges? You know what I'm saying? If you do, just go ahead and inbox them to us or whatever. And we'll go ahead and watch them.
We'll watch them and review them for you.
I'm not watching no men busted.
Listen, that's
what you have women co-hosting for at the bottom.
Yeah, I can watch it. You know what I'm saying? And then listen.
But
hey, I'm confident.
I don't have a problem watching women.
That's cool. I don't judge you for it.
First of all,
I have no interest in watching a man squat or doing whatever he's supposed to do in his busted challenge.
Listen. What I'm saying is right here. As long as you're
unless you cooking and you busting out a meal, you know what I'm saying? Okay.
Yo, brother, you looking at that meal look pretty good there, brother. Your busted challenge. I like your busted challenge, brother. I like that busted. I like the way you bust out that steak, brother.
The tacos, you bust out them tacos, sir.
You know, I love that taco. You know what I'm saying? I love your taco. You get weird to him too, just get real deep with the voice.
Get a sock, taco.
Get deep with the voice, Just. Deep with the voice, Black.
I can't do it. My mouth get wild when I talk deep.
Taco.
Candy, stop, Candy, come back to us, baby. Come back to us.
She done missed the whole joke and everything. That's
right. Come back to us, Candy. Come back to us. Okay. Back to your safe place. Come on, Candy, do it with us. Do it with us, Candy. Come on, Justin. Let's make her feel comfortable. Come back, Candy. Come back to us. Okay. Are you here?
Yes.
This nigga pulled out a sock puppet and everything like that. Yo, listen. What the hell? Like, woo. Come back to us, baby. All right. So, but we are moving on to the next subject. The subject is news you can use. Just news you can use. What up, Just?
Okay, y'all done switched it up on me. But all right, let's talk. Let's get into it. You was able to lose your confused. I want to talk about.
Nah, of course you know what we're gonna talk about, man. We gotta talk about
We got to talk about the inauguration. We're gonna talk about it first. We're gonna talk about that last.
No, let's give it because people that's what people here for. They're here about our thoughts because I went off on inauguration today.
Okay,
I had a nice little blitz on it. So yeah, thoughts, concerns, or whatever. How did it go?
I honestly did not watch it.
Okay.
Reason I did not watch it was because there was for those that don't know, I'm in law enforcement. Not only that, I'm in federal law enforcement. So there was a high alert for potential action on all facilities. So I was running basically a command post with like 30 something officers.
Okay.
And just making sure everything was running smooth for pretty much the whole day, because I didn't know if something was supposed to happen. We actually didn't expect anything to happen, in North Carolina or on, in Durham, or but when they put it out, we gotta, as a precaution, an ounce of precaution is worth a pound of cure. So, I was working during the time, and then once the inauguration was over, and they felt like everything was smooth, we just, we killed everything and just went back to, normal stuff. And by then, so much stuff was going on that I didn't really care. However, I personally saw that picture of Michelle Obama, and I was like, damn.
You know what?
You better go, woman.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Like,
y'all are y'all literally gonna like skip that there was an election, that we have a female vice president?
Can I finish?
Hold on.
I was saying my parts. That's all. I said I missed everything.
He missed everything.
All I saw was a picture of Michelle Obama, and I said, "You better go, woman, because she looked great." She did.
Listen,
I had heart about
Michelle Obama's hair. I just wanted to get my hair done like Michelle Obama.
He looked dope. Now, anyone else that has anything about the inauguration can talk, and I'll chime in when appropriate.
Candy, you got the floor on this one.
Oh, it was, first of all, congratulations to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
We did it, Joe.
She made that great history, and I think it was interesting because he did a great, a lesser man with more ego could have handled this situation a little bit, may have handled this situation differently. A lot of the spotlight this time around, especially like the commentary and a lot of news coverage, especially today, it focused on her. When they talked about history, the commentary was around on her. If there would have been an audience to clap, when she walked up, they would have been roaring, right? So I think
he's used to that, right? He was part of the last historical election.
Yeah, right. So I thought that was interesting that he was there for it and he was comfortable in it. Michelle and George W, y'all.
I love them.
Yo,
he gonna find her. You know that person that finds you at the party. There be 50 motherfuckers there, and they find you at the party. That person, George W, go find her. He go find her.
I think he probably calls her Shelly. He can't call her nothing else. He calls her Shelly. They have we see what we see and we make assumptions based on what we see. We don't know, but just their general chemistry is amazing. Before Trump, people call Bush the worst president. I think that people are still allowed to grow throughout their entire life. And I think that due to his relationship with the Obamas, he has grown a lot in his ideal and his empathy, and it shows. I mean, it absolutely shows through this whole Trump thing, and it's shown. But I think his relationship with the Obamas did him a very great service.
I think that what W. Bush is that, W. Bush may have been a dumb president, but I don't ever think W. Bush, because I think we got the narrative that George Bush doesn't like black people from Kanye West. You know what I'm saying? It was just like this. I think we had W fooled, like we had W wrong the whole time. Maybe W was a little bit tone deaf. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like if you would have walked in W's house, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, you want a beer?" You know what I'm saying? Well, here's my look, listen, I got a pair of $1,000 snakeskin boots you can have, but they're not my size. They will keep them anyway. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's one of those people. He's like one of those cats or whatever. So because exactly what you can see is that, you know what I'm saying? W is one of those guys, man. You could tell that he has a great sense of humor. It was just that he was a president, and he was one of those people that, you know, when you lie in your resume and then they give you the fucking job, you're like, oh shit.
Oh, shit. What I'm supposed to do here?
What I'm supposed to do here? Y'all ain't got the shortcuts for it. So
y'all ain't got no instructions.
Right.
Can somebody send me the Cliff Notes?
Right, please. On the economy. Can I get that shit?
Foreign policy. Need a Cliff Notes.
I'll never forget the video of that dude throwing a shoe at him.
He was like,
oh yeah.
Yo,
He's the president, but he seems like a good homie. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
You could be one thing and not the other. Like, you can be a bad president and be a good friend.
Yes, and I think that's what it is. I think with President, but again, you know what I'm saying. But we're talking about President Bush. He had already done 2 terms when Obama was coming in, so he didn't have really skin in the game. To be honest with you, like to build any ill will. I'm going anyway. Y'all got to go ahead and fight this shit out. Boom, you know what I'm saying. I got to come back to the inauguration, and then you know what I mean. You chop it up with Bush, and you realize he's not a bad guy or whatever. You know what I'm saying. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You just like, fuck it. And he's one of those dudes that got cool. He's one of them friends that get cool with your wife and shit. And you just like, fuck it. That's a little boyfriend and shit. Because you know Obama like this. Oh yeah, here comes your little boyfriend. You know what I mean?
You know
absolutely. Boyfriend. But
get in the car.
His relationship with them is also a true testament to the difference between like what has gone on during the Trump era where political differences change to hate, like they evolve into hate for a lot of people. Like, I hate you because you don't believe in the same political policies as I do. Their relationship kind of not only shines a light on that, but it kind of puts that aside. Like, even though we're from 2 different parties that fundamentally believe different things, that we can still be humans and be sympathetic, empathetic to each other,
right?
And help where we can until we depart on those policies.
That we don't.
That is how government is supposed to work. Like, this bullshit that's gone on for the past 12 years. Is because it started when Obama got into presidency, where people were angry at you for agreeing with what Barack Obama said for no other reason than the fact that he said it or he agreed with it. So this shit has been going on not just for, I mean, and it just kind of exploded when Trump came into office.
It was kind of like when Obama was in office and he was going up against McCain during the re-election, and they were like, "Nah, he's a devil, he's a Muslim," and you know, the whole bunch of stuff. And McCain was like, "No, he's not.
He's not.
Good, right.
He is a very good-hearted person. I've sat and I talked with him, and blah blah blah." He said, "We may have opposing views on how to get things done or how things should be, but how y'all are describing him, I know he's not." And I really did like dig McCain, you know, one of his war history, you know, him being a POW, you know, things like that, especially me being a veteran. I can, you know, I guess, you know, take a little bit of heart to that. But, you know, just the fact that he is on the Republican side and he has this party that's so against him, but yet he's saying like, no, he's not that. You know what I'm saying? Like
when he shut the old lady down, he was like
down.
And she still wanted. She was getting it directly from him, and the fact is, she still did not want to believe it. Right. Well, that's what I think. He's like, I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? You're not in these rooms. You're not in these rooms with this dude. You know what I'm saying? That's absolutely untrue. And that was that. And we saw right then that is the seed of Trump, of a Trump supporter is. When you are willfully wanting to be willful, that's willful ignorance. Mm-hmm. Willful ignorance. It is right there.
And it's crazy because Trump was dissing McCain for like the longest time, and it's like, yo, he was in your same party
even after his death.
And even after his death. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, that's why like it's a lot of people like y'all really stick on y'all really.
Yo, I've been giving it to the asses on the internet today.
I saw your joints on the thing.
Yeah, I just been giving it to him because you are just like Bishop said, being willfully ignorant. There is plenty of facts out there that dispute what you're saying, but you're still going to believe it. Like Melania Trump had her whole pussy out on the internet with girl on girl pictures, and you want to talk about how terrible Dr. Jill Biden is going to be as a first lady. Like, you want to compare the two. There is no comparison.
That's why it's great that we got Kamala and Joe Biden to talk about now instead of him anymore.
My thing is this right here. It's kind of like this. For you to act like he's going to be distasteful. First of all, Melania Trump. Shout out to Melania Trump. You know what I'm saying? English is her second language, and you can tell. Like, it's like this. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? And she struggled through her little speeches and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say this right here. Because that woman needs to have sainthood because she is married to Donald Trump. Like,
yo, she filing for divorce on Monday. I promise you.
Yo, there's a report that they didn't even sleep in it. Like, he had a separate room. Yeah. She had the presidential bedroom quarters, and he had a completely separate room. They didn't even sleep in the same room.
She's filing for divorce on Monday.
She can't wait to get out of that motherfucker. She like, I want to say the American people are the greatest people in the land. Hi, Hitler.
And I'm glad that like now we have other things besides them to talk about, like on NPR. It's going to be great because I'm really open talking about them. It's not a good place. It doesn't feel nice. We all always upset when we doing it or like something. I'm really glad that we get to talk about other people's besides them. I don't even like.
You know who else we need to talk about? You know who we need to be praying for, Candy? Garth Brooks. Garth Brooks came out there and fucked up his tour money. Motherfucking racist white people are mad at this point in time.
Angry. You hear me? Angry. They calling him a traitor and all kind of things. Like, real.
They said he lost a fan.
They are doing him like black people did Jasmine Sullivan.
Not Jasmine.
What happened with what happened with
Chrisette Michelle.
I'm sorry. Chrisette Michelle. We fucking shot Chrisette Michelle down. Her career is fucking over.
Hell
Garth Brooks came out and sung Amazing Grace. He's Amazing Grace. He came out and sung Amazing Grace. First of all, Garth Brooks went to the black barbershop. You know what I'm saying? He had the mean homeboy fade was mean as shit. But you could tell he dipped it. He dipped his whole he used just for men. Because I was like, Garth Brooks, you are 69 years old. There ain't no way your hair should be that brown.
He pulled a you?
Huh?
He pulled a you?
Nah, I don't dip my shit, B. You know, see, this is natural, baby. You know what I'm saying?
You airbrush, though.
I airbrush the shit out my shit. No, Garth Brooks had that cheap-ass comb and shit. You can tell.
Grecian formula.
Grecian? Not the Grecian?
Grecian.
So he sung Amazing Grace, and when I say this right here, and Garth Brooks was selling T-shirts saying "You can't cancel love." I fuck with Garth Brooks. You know why? Because
who sang the last verse of Amazing Grace with Garth Brooks? Raise your hand. I did.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you too? I like
Amazing Grace.
He said, "Not everybody just here." He was like, "At home, everybody."
He said, "Everybody
at home." And I was working.
Not just everybody here, y'all.
I was too. I was on my laptop. Amazing Grace. I sure did. Text my mom and daddy, y'all, and my sister. Y'all singing with Garth Brooks. They said, "Yep, we singing with Garth Brooks." We good now. We're good. We're good.
Right.
We music festivals, y'all.
And some, but I don't think because I went on Garth Brooks because you know what I did. I was like, yo, I have to fact check. I want to see what these people are saying about Garth Brooks. So you know, the good thing is to go on their Twitter and see what their fans are saying, right?
Oh yeah, I went there.
Yeah, so 2 out of 3 people were on his side. He was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yo, we appreciate you. Garth Brooks was singing a song. I've been a long time fan. This one person's like, yeah, I'm never going to be a fan again. You just lost a fan. You just lost your base fanship. And I love when angry people that are on the wrong side are on the wrong side. When they're in the wrong, they think they have the power to just shut everything down. Like, you know what I mean? If you're in the wrong, then they always like I work benefits. You know how many times I've heard, I know the CEO of the company, I'll have you fired. I'm like, motherfucker, you don't realize they're outsourcing, first of all. You can't have me fired. You bitch ass, with your bitch ass. You know what I'm saying?
Your bitch ass.
Second of all, with your bitch ass, guess what? It told you to check box number 3 in bold letters. So guess what? That's the reason why your motherfucking 401k hardship payment ain't coming through, because you're trying to use that shit for something different with your bitch ass. Now take your broke ass home.
401k hardship payment.
You know what I'm saying? Now fuck you and your old, and I hope you don't get it for another 7 weeks with your bitch ass. You know what I'm saying? I hope they repo your car.
What does it have to do with Garth Brooks? What does it have to do with Garth Brooks?
Because
I think you're just angry.
Yo, his fade is sharp, though. He had a good fade.
Right, he had a great fade, but no, it's the fact that they could shut down this. The fact that they could shut down Garth Brooks' career. First of all,
that's the whole entitlement, caucasity,
but
culture that we live in.
Can I say this though, Key? Garth Brooks retired for 20 years. He was like, I'm done. Like, Garth Brooks is doing this shit for fun at this point in time. He didn't already got all your goddamn white supremacist money.
Right. He don't give a fuck. Too late to disown me.
Late, bitches.
And if Garth Brooks goes on tour when the world opens back up, guess who going?
Niggas.
Keisha, I already got it. Keisha, I got it planned already. Look, Keisha, I got it planned. We're gonna go to the Ohio tour stop. See what I'm saying? I done planned this shit out.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Roll Garth Brooks into there.
Because it's not gonna be North Carolina. He gonna go to West Virginia, and that shit's not safe. Woo! And, look at that. Yeah. Look at that. He got it done down. He went downtown. What's the name of that barbershop downtown in Durham, across from the Marriott? Yep.
Nah, it's either platinum cuts. He didn't want the platinum cuts. He probably want the change of faces, or
look at his hair compared to all the white men behind him. Like,
look at Joe.
That's stylish.
Oh, he got it
in a cultured sort of way.
Hold on, I'm about to run it right back. Hold on, excuse me, y'all. I gotta get out because my screen is acting a monkey. Hold on.
Okay, there you go. You're safe now.
Darn it, came back. It came now. I can see it. Now I can see it later on. Now
that's right. Tico said Garth Brooks and Lil Nas X. Yes, in Ohio. Keisha, we going. We are going. We got a trip to take.
Let's get us a little bus and go on by down the road now.
Man, shout out to Garth Brooks.
Pack some sandwiches.
Garth Brooks and got him the same hair specialist that did LeBron James' hair and Floyd Mayweather's beard. You know what I'm saying? You could tell because Garth Brooks ain't have all that shit. He ain't have that thick hairline like that before he retired.
No.
How was the speeches?
Oh,
I didn't watch it. How was the speeches?
Amanda rocked the motherfucking spat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did poetry. It killed it. I didn't know. So it was like this. I thought she was a little girl. Like, I thought she was like a baby. But she was like, yo, she's 22 years old. I was like, damn, that's a grown ass woman up there. Because they gave her a step stool. When they gave her a step stool, I was like, that baby teeny.
She's tiny.
She was tiny. And when I say she rocked it, killed that shit. It was like there was nothing else they could do about it. Also, I like the people that gave a little bit of humor and everything like that into it. You know what I'm saying? Especially the lady from Minnesota, and then the Republican senator or whatever came out. He did his little spill. But I want to say Joe Biden was the first. They said this because I think I was looking at C-SPAN or maybe MSNBC. They were saying that he was the first president ever to speak on white supremacy. They said they went through all every last one of the speeches when they start doing this shit, no one has ever spoken on white supremacy and ending it. Mm-hmm. Joe Biden said that shit in his inauguration speech. It was like, yo, we're going to end white supremacy. And called it to what it was, racism and white supremacy. So, you know what I'm saying? Will he do it? You know what I'm saying? But at least it's at the point is for the people that they were talking about that are more influential. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that will believe that you know what I mean, 70 million votes went to Trump. The people that are influential are now on notice now. And they needed to hear that, like, yo, we're going to attack white supremacy. And then maybe
that's very interesting to hear, given Joe's past.
Like we said, we like growth,
and everybody deserves a chance to change or evolve. You know, not saying that he's not being genuine about it. Mm-hmm. I just think that's interesting to hear, and I look forward to seeing some him hold to his words and
we need action. We need action.
And talk about it, be about it.
Yeah, I don't necessarily favor Joe Biden because of what Justin's talking about, his past.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But I also don't think he's a liar.
Correct.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think he's telling the truth. I think he has evolved again through his relationship with Barack and Michelle Obama.
Right.
Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
But I think he has begun his evolution, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. I'm still on the fence.
And what I'm saying is this right here, but we got to talk about, like, if we could go back to Kamala and we got to go back to Joe Biden and everybody's like yo, their past and all that stuff. I like to bring up a point of this right here. One of our favorite sons of hip hop used to be a crack dealer, and now he's a billionaire. And you know what I'm saying? We allowed the maturation of Jay-Z, did we not? We allowed the maturation of a 50 Cent.
Maturation.
You know what I'm saying? We allowed them to grow. We allowed that growth. We allowed them to come out their misogyny. Well, 50 probably still there, but we allowed Jay to come out and be, you know what I mean? Now he's leaning in and shit. He wearing flip flops and his hair. He don't comb his hair. You know what I'm saying? When did we see Do-Rag Jay come to Natural Crown Jay? You know what I'm saying?
Hawaiian Sophie J.
You know what I'm saying? Hawaiian Sophie J. We didn't see this shit. You know what I'm saying? This is different. Jay on 444 is not the reasonable doubt from Jay on it's not the same Jay reasonable doubt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's one of those situations where, like, if we can like our heroes, like the people that we put stock behind to make it out, then we could say, yeah, people change, because your mind is supposed to change every 7 years. If your mind doesn't change for 7 years, then you know what you got? You got Trump supporters.
Yeah. And for me, you know, the best form of apology is change behavior. So that's what I'm saying. If it's genuine, you know, if he's genuine, if Biden has, you know, genuinely, you know, changed, had his paradigm shift, have a different outlook, or, you know what I'm saying, different things. I'm all for it. I support it, but hey, I'm just waiting to see. You know what I'm saying?
He wasn't talking that shit when he was a president 12 years ago. I mean, when he was a vice president.
4 years ago. 4 years ago. 4 years ago. But do we have a need for him to say it out loud?
Yes.
Like, yes, I did this then. But since then, this has happened, and here's where I am now.
Mm-hmm.
One,
I think he said it in
May,
but he hasn't like clearly just said and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
What up, Steve?
I feel like I have a need to forego it would kind of kickstart my expectation for the change behavior, right?
Yeah. Now if he did all that during the election, you know what I'm saying? That would have really
I don't think he would have won. Honestly, like, that's just how politics works, and that's how white people are. Like, if he had further
demonized his actions,
empathize, sympathize with black people, for transgressions in the past, he would not have won.
But again, it's like this. It was a war on crack. You know what I'm saying? It was like this. It wasn't. It's kind of like this. It was the war on crack cocaine. This shit was an extreme time, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, you know what I mean? It was an extreme time. So it's like this.
Had never, had to do with it.
They didn't know another way of doing it. And the fact is, unfortunately, people put the shit where, and people were because it's like this. You got to look at it like this. And I'm not making excuses, whatever, but I want to say is this right here. When you are not a part of a community and people bring you data, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all joke about McDougal Terrace. McDougal Terrace is really, like, me being in McDougal and all that stuff and knowing people there. It's not the dangerous neighborhood that you walk into it and it's like the sky turns a different color. You know, like it's sunshiny on Central Side. You cross over McDougal and then it's all gray cows and gunshots.
Only over here,
huh? Right.
Yeah.
It don't smell like chicken. It don't smell like burnt chicken and crying babies in fucking McDougal Terrace.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying?
What do crying babies smell like?
I mean, shit. Have you know what crying babies smell? They got smell to them. They nasty.
They smell like Similac breath.
It smell like Similac breath and anger. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to express myself.
Heat. They smell like heat.
They do smell like heat.
That's real. They smell hot Similac.
Oh, hot ass Similac, baby. But it don't smell like that in McDougal. You know what I'm saying? It don't smell like loud packs in McDougal. There's good people in there. And it's like this. But if you're on the outside, it's kind of like when people say, hey, I don't come to Durham. Like my Raleigh compatriot.
I lost those friends.
Right. Like, yo, you don't come to Durham. Why? What I'm saying is right here. Because if you don't know, if you're not from the streets or whatever, and you don't have street smarts and everything like that, because a lot of people that get involved, and I want to say a good percentage of people that get involved in violence in the streets are in the streets. Their job is street life, so they have certain consequences to be in the street life. Justin, would you agree with me? You know what I'm saying? Every once in a while, yes, innocents do get caught up in it, but a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, in my experience, if someone gets shot in the streets, they deserve to get shot in the streets for a reason or another.
Well, hold on. They're getting shot in the street as relative to some of the things that they're involved with, not necessarily deserve.
Well, hold on. If you run off on a plug twice, you deserve to get shot. I mean, I'm just one of those people.
Okay, Paul.
That's situational. Right.
Well, you can Candy, you can never run off on your plug. Your plug should never be run off on.
I didn't say that. I'm
speaking not twice.
Not twice.
No, you can't run off on your plug twice.
That's twice.
That's a situation. Sometimes situations aren't that dire and things happen because of the places and spaces that you consistently occupy. That could be the case. That's all I'm saying.
And what I'm saying is this right here. But there is this right here. As being someone from a very bad neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, from what you call a bad neighborhood, and then me moving to the west end of Durham, you know what I'm saying, from West Philly to the west end of Durham. Listen, these are powder kegs of shit that's going on. But what I'm saying is right here, even drug dealers are great people. I know killers that are great people.
Cool ass drug dealers.
Outside of murdering people, they are awesome. You know what I'm saying? They know how to cook. They're always happy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, you
can call them. They be at home during the day.
They be like, help you move and shit like that, but we'll shoot a nigga dead. But it's like this. But at the end of the day, it's like this. Until you know those people, then you don't know. But then at the end of the day, if Tyrone, who's a shooter, if Tyrone gets shot, that's part of his job. He gets paid to shoot people, and someone shot Tyrone, then you understand. We're gonna miss Tyrone, but so Tyrone.
This sounds like another space for us to practice empathy and understand that people can be more than one thing.
Yes, they can.
Right. You can be like a killer and compassionate and a great parent. You just can. You just can, y'all. I know it sounds crazy to somebody, but like you can. So if we can understand that, then we can understand that like Jay-Z could sell drugs and now not wear shoes.
Right.
And if we
and
can
Joe
understand
Joe Biden could have called us apex predators and say, you know what? That's not true.
Full motherfucking circle, my nigga. Full motherfucking circle. Right there. Damn it. A reading rainbow, the more you know, the more you can grow.
There it is. Like, and Justin, just like Justin was a white supremacist, and now look at him now.
That's why he got no hair on his head.
That's why he was a shithead, and it just never grew back.
It was part of my transition, you know.
You used to be a white supremacist, and now look at you with your black.
I'm gonna tell you the story because I'm making this shit up in my mind right now. You know how Robert Downey Jr.'s character got the melanin shots or whatever in Tropic Thunder? That's what Justin did, and he realized that it was more lucrative being a black man.
I just stayed that way.
He just stayed, he did it reverse. Whoa, who you calling? This is our people.
Oh,
I don't know anymore.
Let me tell y'all this section of Intelligent Ratchet is brought to you by Gentleman Jack. Because I am on one right now. There it is.
And he got a paint too, just like a crackhead.
So, was y'all anybody else talk about? If we still in inauguration for a little bit, was anybody else a little unnerved? So, a little unnerved about the whole, worried about some shit popping off, and did everybody?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. No, I was worried. You know what? Really, outside of that, kindy about like the snipers and shit like that, was the fact that J-Lo got somebody else's voice box. Because how did J-Lo? When did J-Lo learn how to sing? When did the pandemic?
I think my theory is that J-Lo and Dougie Fresh have sold their souls to the devil. Because why people keep asking J-Lo to actually sing something? Like, yes, she has a great personality. She's an all right actress. She has never been able to sing. So, I mean, and I love the shout out. Like, I loved her energy and I loved everything else about her performance.
Because I'm dreaming.
Except for her singing. And people continually ask her to sing.
So who will win in the verses between her and Ashanti?
Selena!
All day.
I wouldn't watch it.
Ashanti can sing a little bit.
Between J-Lo and Ashanti, who gonna win in the verses?
That's not like some you see a lot of shit on the internet like this, especially since the advent of verses, like this or that. Some of that shit I'm just not gonna patronize, and I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care about that. I'm not gonna force my brain to make a choice.
She wasn't that bad though. She wasn't J-Lo. What I'm saying
tomorrow too.
As far as J-Lo singing, like we all heard J-Lo sing, right? Outside live. As far as J-Lo singing, this was the best J-Lo singing I have ever heard. J-Lo sang like she could back up like the tenors, you know, in a Baptist church.
Maybe it was pre-recorded and Marsha Ambrosius did it. Marsha Ambrosius did it for her like she do everybody else. Marsha be back vocaling lots of people y'all think he could be singing. Just
that's how she keep it in motherfucking check.
Keisha.
Wait, are you saying that Marsha Ambrosius sang and she just J-Lo just lip sync?
You know,
until the Spanish part.
Right, until that.
Right.
Marsha be back vocaling a lot of y'all favorite musicians, and y'all be thinking it's them, and it be her.
It be all Marsha Ambrosius on the back end.
Her name don't be attached to shit, and y'all just be thinking it's them.
Shout out Marsha.
She's a ghost singer.
She is the modern day Wrecking Crew, y'all. Shit, like.
But again, like Steve Field, Lady Gaga came out like the Hunger Games and bodied that shit.
She had a Mockingjay. Didn't she have a Mockingjay?
It was chicken finger from Churches.
No, it was the pin from
from Hunger Games.
Pin from Hunger Games, and she was kind of dressed like that Hunger Games lady.
Yeah.
And bodied that shit. When I say she sung that shit, she sang that shit. She like,
my daddy liked that. He said that Lady Gaga, she did good.
And because you know why Lady Gaga can sing? Because she got them hams. You know what I'm saying? Lady Gaga thick under that all that.
Yams.
For real, I fucked around and was like, damn, Lady Gaga, she put on something on one of them boys. I'm like, that didn't know Lady Gaga was holding like that. Oh shit! Now this was before booty implants and shit went live. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Lady Gaga. I fuck with her.
I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable.
Anita.
Listen,
I'm uncomfortable in my Keisha voice.
She can't stop me. Y'all don't realize Lady Gaga got them yams. Them saying this. Yo, listen.
What's the yams?
The yams. You gunk them.
A yam is a ham.
Your yams.
The yams are the powers that be.
Like between your knee. So the yams come between your knee, your hamstring area. You know what I mean? Your knee around your thigh, knee, and hamstring area. And it's called yams.
It's
you know what I'm saying?
Thigh and ass part.
No, it's not. It's part of the ass part. You know what I'm saying? It's not the whole ass part because you can have a high ass, but not no yams.
Where are the yams again? Oh, the pone on the side of your thigh?
Like the pone and in a cup. You know how you got the cup. Look at the bleep part. You know what I'm saying? When it like right now, not the whole ass, but the blit right there, that blit part. You know what I'm saying?
Boop. Okay.
Right.
Yep. Okay.
Because you can have yams and a flat ass, like myself. I got thick thighs. Bad bitch.
thick.
Oh
No.
She leave.
No.
Oh shit. So what else? But well, I wasn't going back to the inauguration. I'm sorry, we went down a rabbit hole. But going back to the inauguration, I don't think I wasn't worried. You know what I'm saying? It was like
you weren't at all.
And here's the reason why. It's because I know things about bullies, right? Being a small person, you know what I mean, all my life. I know things about bullies and I know about being jumped too, right? And I know two things. It's like this. When you're getting jumped, this is what you have to do. And that's what I told my son, my oldest son, back up against the wall, right? But then what you have to do, you have to pick one person out of the group that's about to jump you. And you absolutely fuck them up. I'm talking about unbelievable, like try to kill them, like choke them and be like, get off me, I'm gonna kill your mans. So this is what happens.
Yeah.
Now listen, what I'm saying is right, and this is what it happens when the mob rule, whatever. Because if you spaz all the way out and you show your power, then guess what you do? All the people that's just gonna jump in to throw their little licks in, that don't want to fight, they want to wait for the big person to knock you out. When they start doing, when they came down on the people at the Capitol and was like, nah, fuck that. Y'all not getting pardons. When Trump left out and nobody got a pardon besides Lil Wayne and Kodak Black.
Yeah, Wayne got clemency and
right.
Old boy got a pardon or something like
that. Pardon. You know what I'm saying? When they didn't pardon Thor or any other, you know what I'm saying, QAnon and Proud Boyish people, that sends a message. When you get to put on a no-fly zone and they start seeing all this shit, all those people that thought they had that authority to do what they wanted to do, they realize that I don't have that shit.
Yeah, so, they're reeling today. Like they're absolutely. I read a couple of articles about people that follow the QAnon conspiracy theorist message boards, and they do not know what the fuck to do today. Like they're like, fuck Trump. Okay, so maybe Biden is our savior. Like they are like, there's a lot of shit out there that these people like. I'm like, who the fuck? What is wrong with y'all? Like, what reality do you live in? But they're like really kind of disheartened today about how things went, which is good. Fuck y'all.
Right. And Steve said it best. And when you pull out the hammer and you put out 20,000 troops, that's the gun right there. Ain't nobody jumping in that shit. Oh, they got 20,000 troops. We're not going against that shit.
No.
Because it ain't
nah, dog. I'm about to go home and pet my Labradoodle.
And listen, what I'm saying, and then these troops right here, aren't the cops or the security that's a part of your group. They vetted the shit out these guys because they
carry assault rifles and they will put some bullets in your chest.
Guess what? Do you know for real when they put the troops out there and Justin was in the military? If they do that dumb shit and let them run through the shit, guess what's happening? Motherfuckers are doing it. You're going to die. They're going to motherfucker put you in a soup and feed you to something that shouldn't be getting fed to. So you know what I'm saying? It's like one of those situations where they're gonna find a nice. You know, I'm telling you, in my mind, the military sick. Okay, cool.
That's that gentleman Jack talking.
You know what I'm saying?
What made me nervous just because. So, did anybody else go to the inauguration of Obama's first inauguration?
Sure, we did. We rich like that, Candy. We know people.
I mean, you didn't go to. Huh?
Nah, I stayed home, nigga. I had to work the next day, so I couldn't get off.
No, really? Okay. Anyway, I went on the mall, and then I was at the parade, and it was a really the feeling of like elation and fear at the same time.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I don't think anything else has felt like that. Where you're walking around, all the streets are cleared out, the roads, the highways are empty, and there's snipers on the roofs everywhere. Mm-hmm. And there's this first Black family, and they're like 10 feet from me, walking down outside. This is when they got out of the car during the parade. Mm-hmm. And you're so excited, but at the same time, you're like, holy shit, this is too close. I'm too close. I'm this close. Who else is this close? Mind you, I stood in a line like chest to back for 7 hours, I think, that day. Yeah, it was a long day. I wore 2 pair of jeans. It was cold. Mm-hmm. And I just remember like fear and worry for their safety. Like, get back in the damn car. What are y'all doing? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And we hadn't even seen, violence. We've seen violence, but we hadn't seen violence like now play out yet. So watching that play out and then coming to this space, I'm like, can we just have this shit in the basement somewhere? Can we not?
Right.
Can we not have them out here with the people? Can we just do that? Just them? Mm-hmm. They get on Zoom.
I mean, there's the Kennedy murder, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Broad daylight.
Right. And so it was just unnerving. It just made me feel like the feeling took me back to like going to Obama's inauguration and being that, knowing like if I'm that close to them and they're walking down this road, we're all that close to them. Somebody that might not care or want this to happen, Mm-hmm. And I was worried. I was worried this way for them, and that I was worried like that too. Again,
can I say I felt the same concern when he started walking. I was like, oh shit.
When today?
No, when when Obama did it, right? Mm-hmm. I really wasn't worried about Joe Biden and Kamala Harris like that because of the fact that one thing about it, we are very reactive when it comes to problem solving. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this. We're not proactive. We're very reactive. So I will say that this right here. They were not there. There was probably like a motherfucking 5% chance that anybody was going to get close enough to get any type of shot off or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it just wasn't. First of all, unless everybody and the Proud Boys hired the best assassin in the world and gave that motherfucker $500,000 to come do some shit, guess what? It's not going to happen. You know what I mean? So it's like this. If you're talking about a bunch of guys that's in their neighborhood, like, fuck it, we just own a lot of guns. We can go out here and do what we did. The Capitol dudes, they're not organized enough to do that. Yep. You know what I'm saying? They're not, you know what I'm saying? They're going to show that hand way, way too quickly. And then on top of that, you could tell that these motherfuckers did not educate themselves enough to when they did it because they were surprised. When you're surprised that you are going to get arrested, then you did not come in here fully prepared to do what the fuck you came to do. You know what I'm saying? Because if we go out here right now, as intelligently ratchet and say, yo, we about to protest, we fully are aware that we could get arrested. We're going into the joint like, you know what? Do you got enough bail money? You know what I'm saying? We do that going to the beach.
you have to fold in privilege and caucasity into that equation. So they know that they knew they were fucking breaking the law. They just didn't think that anything was going to happen to them. And from what I've read on different in different articles and seen on the news is that these little charges, like we see, they were such and such to 50 people were charged with trespassing and blah 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 blah. But the feds are like, really, those are just charges to get them right.
Yeah.
Until they layer on additional, more serious charges. So,
the feds is eating. They gonna eat off this shit.
Yeah, I don't think that it was they had no idea that they were going to get arrested. I think that how should I put this? I think that they expected, because of who they are,
they get a slap on the wrist
and what they were for,
right?
That they were not going to get arrested.
Oh no, I think for real, Key, I think everybody that ran in the Capitol was like, "Yo, if we get arrested, President Trump is going to pardon us."
Yes, they did.
That too. That's the caucasity.
They was expecting him there, so they felt like they had.
A lot of them thought he was there because he said he was gonna walk with him.
Yeah, but so what did y'all think about? Did y'all see the executive orders and all that stuff that he signed?
Who Biden today?
Yeah,
like
he signed 3. None of them had to do with the stimulus though, but
it's coming.
Mandatory mask,
right?
Something with the World Health Order, and then I forget the other one. What the other one was, but
immigration. Was it? Kind of immigration one today?
Yeah.
Stop the wall. Stop the building.
No,
spending money on building a wall that really doesn't exist.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's what it was.
It's a seesaw. It's not a wall. It's a seesaw now.
Okay.
Yo, shout out to the seesaws at the wall. Whoever did that was dope. That was pretty dope.
Yeah. And I think they had a prize for that too. There's some kind of award that they got. It's the artist that installed it got.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They signed. They installed seesaws so the kids can play with them. Now I'm about to say this, so the
kids on the other side of the country.
On the other side of the joint.
Mm-hmm.
We do not condone.
You stand right there, and then if somebody jumps on it, pew, you come over to the side.
No, baby. No, baby.
No, so have you ever seen the documentary called The Wall?
No.
It's on Netflix. If I remember correctly, it's several years old, and it's called The Wall, and it's all about the whole the borderline and how fucked up it is, and how the wall that we have, or the partially built wall that we had before Trump, it's very interesting in seeing, what I'm saying?
Okay.
That whole thing. So it's called The Wall.
I'll be there.
Yo, stop. Rav,
said that he re-entered the Paris Climate Agreement.
Yes, that's what it was. The Paris Climate Agreement. Yeah.
That's good. So that will be back on track to save the fucking world, man. You know what I'm saying? That is first of all, I want to say
in the world, to be leaders in the world.
Right. We cannot. This America First shit was the biggest mistake ever. You know what I'm saying? Because of the fact is we're global citizens, and as soon as we get past that point of us being better than everybody else, because that's where it comes from. Everything comes from, like, with white supremacy and everything like that. Thinking that you're better than another group of people just because you were born in a different situation.
And ain't never been to nowhere else.
Ain't never
been nowhere besides.
You bums, you speak one language.
Right. Exactly. They've never been anywhere outside of, maybe they've been to Jamaica, Cabo, maybe Cancun. Where else?
You so funny.
Bahamas.
Bahamas.
We get it.
Beach.
Where else?
Myrtle Beach, Miami, Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, but that's the United States. They don't think it's the United States. But no, you've never been anywhere else in this world besides.
Yes, I have. I've been to the islands. Listen, I was in Vietnam. Okay, I went out. I was in Vietnam, and I also went to the Hawaiian Islands, Keisha.
The Hawaiian Islands.
Pearl Harbor. It's America.
I don't know what to say this moment.
I was in Canada.
Speak American. Speak
I
American.
went to Toronto one time.
Damn it.
Okay, so
yeah, a lot of people were upset about him not talking about the stimulus, him doing executive order. I think it's going to take place,
right,
or whatever, for people to get the additional $1,400. But not that I'm sticking up for him. I do want to I'll give the man some kudos that Trump did say that that's what he wanted. You know what I'm saying? Months ago,
right?
It should be $2,000 and not, you know what I'm saying, the $600. So, I do want to give him that it is not all Biden. You know what I'm saying?
You know what it is? It's like this. If Biden does his job and signs it over. Like, first of all, like, understand this right here. I'm always going to say this right here. Trump was a dumb president. He wasn't. Mm-hmm. He was like, for real. Without racism, without him pandering to the races, Trump was a C- president. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was on Bush level.
Yeah, he was on Bush level presidency.
I think keep getting back to him.
You know what I'm saying? He was on Bush level presidency, but
it doesn't matter anymore.
But Bush actually listened to his advisors and the people around him.
Right.
Trump not at all. Like, he had tons of people around him that had experience in the things he was fucking up with. And chose not to do the exact opposite of what they said do.
No, you know what they said?
What I'm saying by that, as far as the level of stupidity, like he was on Bush level stupidity. C+ and a C- is still in the C spectrum.
Still C.
You know what I'm saying? So that's
Bush was a C+.
That's all I'm getting now.
Because at least my homeboy Bush, I listened to the smarter people in the room.
But Trump thought he was the smartest person in the room,
right?
Which
his cabinet was trash. You're absolutely right.
That you're in the wrong room, and you can't be in the wrong room if you're the fucking president of the United States.
First of all, the president of the United States.
It's like I had critiques about, like, when 9/11 hit and he was reading the story to the kids and he continued to read the book. First, he had the book upside down, and then it was like they whispered in his ear, told him what's going on. And he was like, I don't know what I should do. Motherfucker, go. Hey, kids, I got to go.
I think Raph hit it on the head. Bush didn't have an ego. Bush was like, I know I'm dumb. Y'all tell me what to fucking do. You know what? I'm going to get this shoe thrown at me. You know what I'm saying? Dan Quayle, the same thing. I don't know how to spell potato. I just don't know. So, okay, we're going to move on. We're going to move on past all that. Inauguration.
That shit off. She been quiet.
So, we're going into the segment of Candy's random thoughts. Candy's random thoughts. Thoughts.
No, we're not doing
it. So when I was...
I don't like it.
So when I was in the third grade. When I was in third grade, I started looking at, like, the Pledge of Allegiance and the national anthem, and I realized what they said didn't really mesh with what the world was, what America was. So I decided I won't go stand up for the pledge, and I won't go stand up, put my heart over my hand over my heart for the national anthem. I just didn't. I stopped. In Indiana, that was not as well received as I had hoped it would be. However, because it's America, they couldn't really do nothing about it. Right. So, I kind of stopped on that stuff pretty much. Now, because of, the inauguration and everything, I thought about it and I was like, we need a new national anthem. Can somebody remix the one we got? Like, I just feel like we're at a different place. We've evolved. We talked about evolution as humans today, right? We evolved as humans. We should be singing something different. I don't know. Maybe we could get Lady Gaga and Kendrick Lamar to come together and do something. But we need a different thing. We need a new national anthem, and I'm here for it, and I'm looking forward to it coming because what we got ain't really. I don't know if it's the answer no more.
Question.
No.
So when you stopped, did you know about the additional verses that talk about the slaves, or you just didn't?
My mama went through all that.
My mama used to sing the Black National Anthem at the top of her fucking lungs.
I knew, and mind you, like in the city I grew up in was 5% Black.
Mm-hmm.
And this brain drain thing Bishop and I have had conversations about before. is a real thing where the people don't go anywhere, they don't know stuff, and it's not because they're they just don't know any different. And I didn't come in on that train, and I wasn't interested. But my teachers were pissed. They were upset. I remember you could see it. My Miss Thies, my third grade teacher, you could see it in her face that she was pissed that I didn't care. I wasn't gonna do it. I'm like, I'm sitting here. You can't make me
right.
This anthem and all this is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna sit down. What you gonna do about it?
Yo, when I say the Black National Anthem, that shit, we sung that all the time at James Rose. Like I knew the Black National Anthem when I was like 5.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's surprising to be like meeting people that be like, the Black National Anthem. When do you know that? I learned that when I was 22. Like, goddamn, like I've been.
That mural shit I did downtown. That was what it was. It was the fact that we Black people live in a whole different America.
Right.
We have a whole different.
Right.
Black National Anthem is 100 years old.
Yeah.
100 years old.
But if you look at the lyrics, it's not Black lyrics. It is uplifting lyrics. And we call it the Black National Anthem. Because it is not degrading of anyone. It is not selective to or exclusive to Black people. It is simply uplifting words.
Exactly. And it's a thing that we pass down throughout the generations of, Black folks. And shared, and you learn it in church or in your school or somewhere, but you find out about it, right? And it's not necessarily the same. Everybody will find out about the same time or the same way,
right?
And I had over a dozen conversations with white people who came up and just were very confused and in awe. They didn't know what it was. They didn't know it existed. Just completely perplexed. Some of them just stopped, and that look when your brain is error messaging. That look, I got that a lot.
And just for people that are watching that don't know, Candy, outside of a popular, like in the parking deck of a popular downtown Durham hotel, painted a mural with the lyrics of "Lift Every Voice and Sing."
Lift every voice and sing. To earth in heaven, ring we be funk, ring with the harmonies.
I was this week years old when I was listening to I found out that the Stevie Wonder Happy Birthday song was for Martin Luther King.
Nigga, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that. I was this week years old. I didn't know that.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all get up for fucking Justin at 97 years old. Realize
I didn't know the Black Happy Birthday song was for
it was. You say Martin Luther King in the damn song.
Doesn't make much sense.
I get it. I mean, I listened to the lyrics. I know it, but I was like,
"Oh, you always just happy birthday to."
Oh, you didn't know the song.
Did Mahalia Jackson sing it with them?
Yo, Mahalia Jackson, that's way Black. Like, yo, that might be too Black for TV. Like Mahalia Jackson and motherfucking and they didn't need like David Ruffin to sing the background on that shit. That shit would have been too Black and it never came out.
However, my tradition since forever on Martin Luther the King Day is to get up and listen to the Sing Celebrate song probably 3 times in a row with what is it called? I forgot what the name of the group. It was like a We Are the World type thing, but it was a song done for Martin Luther King Jr.
Okay.
And sing, celebrate, sing, celebrate. That song, I listened to it 3 times at least on Martin Luther King Day, and I'll go about my day. That's my tradition.
So I do have something. I
want to know.
Go ahead.
Oh no, Bishop, go ahead.
Okay, no, because I thought she was transitioning into the mean things to say. Okay. Listen, but I don't have a mean things to say today. I wanted to go ahead. I have a nice things to say. Shit's gonna change next week. Here it is. Shout out to our homeboy, our flat earther point guard friend that won Cleveland their first championship. Kyrie Irving.
He believes the world is flat for real.
He does. But Kyrie Irving brought George Floyd's family a house. Steven Jackson, George, NBA player Steven Jackson's was friends with George Floyd because they called themselves twin or whatever, right? So he brought so Steven was on an interview talking about how he's stepping up for George Floyd's daughter. And he named Kyrie Irving as a person that purchased them a home. He also named Barbara Streisand for stepping in and giving them stock in Disney. He also said that Lil Wayne's manager, I forget the brother's name, but Lil Wayne's manager also brought them a Mercedes-Benz so they can have a car. So people like, you know what I'm saying? It's dope as shit to see that people are reaching out and doing things and doing this and doing what they are supposed to do. Like Little Baby for her 7th birthday, he went on and gave her paid for a lavish 7th birthday party for her and everything like that. Mm-hmm. And these are things that people don't have to do, right? They don't have to take the money out of their pocket to give. And I think that's really dope. Like as fucking crazy as we think Kyrie Irving is, it's like things like this is like it's got to be a method to the madness, right?
It's humanity.
It's humanity. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so I just want to say that that got me thinking of, so that part about Kyrie buying a house got me thinking about the Mega Millions and what I would do with the money like that. So it's just like, yeah, man, you know what? That's going to be dope. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
I have questions about thinking the world's flat, but that's a whole nother show.
Yeah, we can talk. I got a theory. I got a theory behind it.
Let's go. Let's stick to the subject. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, but we can talk about flat Earth because I'm interested in that stuff. So I like talking about that stuff. But
outside of this conversation,
yeah, or within the conversation, we could deep dive on here. But I think that's dope too. But the same time I was thinking it. Raph posted it. I was like, yo, as far as how we value things or spend our money on culturally.
Right.
Somebody bought a house. You said Barbara Streisand got them stock in Disney. And
wealth building.
Not only a car, but like a luxury car. That luxury car is going to have luxury fucking expenses. You know what I'm saying? Maintenance or whatever.
And probably the house too. Like probably the house is more than they need.
Right.
The tax value of the house based on what they can afford.
I'm just even thinking about the car, like that car, between like the maintenance and all that, they could have got them a nice Honda Accord, Toyota Camry, something. You know what I'm saying?
Or 2 or 3 of them,
right? You know what I'm saying? Even a whatever, a Tahoe or something. You know what I'm saying? And the rest of that money. Like stock, you can always own that. It's going to grow. You're going to get dividends. You know what I'm saying? She gave them generational wealth that they could pass.
Guess what? But hold on.
Outside of the house you can do that too. You
right.
Know what I'm saying?
But
if you can pay the taxes on it to keep the house.
If you can pay the taxes on it. You know what I'm saying? But I was like,
But I think that this right here.
I'm just thinking like, we think different, or I don't think we think different, but people think differently. You know what I'm saying?
But if I'm in a place,
financial literacy.
If now I understand the Benz, I understand, but you know what I'm saying. I'm talking about the gesture. You know what I'm saying? It's like this.
Yeah, definitely.
Great.
The gesture great.
The gesture is great until you look at the long term thing.
Right.
Like a Benz is going to have. Maintenance and expenses and stuff like that. Changing the brake pads, getting oil changes. When I had my BMW, I spent $700 for oil change.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing that no more. I can't just take it to Jiffy Lube or, you know what I'm saying? Like, or Rush or whatever.
Unless you want all the lights on your dashboard.
Exactly. All those issues. So you have that. So, like, I just think it's different. Like, they could have got them.
But do you
they got their Benz? You know what I'm saying?
Right. But, and again,
someone else just gave them Like you could have gave them a Camry, which they still could have got around and fine, and then some stock in Ford or whoever.
Issues but people just I don't know. Yeah, people do have we process value differently. Now, like I said, I think it's about like a spectrum of financial literacy. Right?
I'm not saying that it was a bad thing.
Yeah,
I'm just pointing out the difference in how people think.
Not because you like I said, what I want to make a point I wanted to make about it was kind of like I didn't think of it that way, but then I because y'all always look at it on the other side of things. It's like this: you're talking about Lil Wayne's manager. How much money is this motherfucker making? Right? It's like this. So he's probably got like 3 Maybachs. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and just get them the bands.
Yeah.
Right, but you don't think Barbara Streisand don't got money too?
Right,
but she's thinking like, I'm gonna help this family.
But Barbara was probably like this. Barbara's like this. I got like fucking 12,000 in Disney stock. Let me go ahead and give them 3,000 and shit. I ain't doing nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like so it's kind of like one of those things. It's like, it's almost like we kind of got to look at it like this, like what it means to you versus what it means to me when I'm in that place. So it's kind of like, you know what? Hey, I got $20 to give to the homeless man on the street. You know what I'm saying? He been getting change all day. You like, man, you got $1,000 on you. Like, here's $20. And because you know what I mean? This is what I broke off my last 100. Here's $20. And he like, oh shit, I can live for the week. You know what I'm saying? You like, word? You know what I mean? And you just walk around and doing your happy life.
But that $20 isn't going to cost him more money. And that's the point.
No,
that $20 is not. He's going to go do whatever he wants to do. Right. Buy him a pint, damn Cisco. Get him some food.
Not Cisco, Keisha. Not Cisco.
Maybe buy a little bag of weed or whatever with the $20, right? He's gonna make it stretch. It's not gonna cost. It's gonna completely bring him enjoyment and fulfill the needs that he has.
But if
we're saying is that the purchase of a Benz for a family that does not have a car and they don't have appropriate income to care for that, is going to cost them not only
but let's think about this
in the future, but trouble because the car gonna be sitting and they're not going to be able to.
But Key, if you had the money to buy a Benz, right? If you had the money to buy a Benz, you gave somebody a Benz. We all have the foresight, and I'm thinking that Lil Wayne's manager has the foresight to be like, I'm gonna take care of everything else too. Here's your car.
I think
you know what I'm saying. That. I mean, but I'm saying we have the insight. So what I'm saying is right. We have the insight to understand that, like, listen, y'all got the Benz. If something happens to it, I got y'all on the $700. We're saying we're gonna keep. I'm gonna make sure y'all keep the shit running. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like all of us has that insight. If we have enough money to buy someone out a Benz, like here, this is what you have. I have enough money to make sure that shit runs.
Can't even say all that because what was that one show? The Dream Home Makeover and all that or whatever. Like you had those families that was in destitute and like you had good-hearted people that were like bringing people in or just hardship, and then they redo the house and you kind of find out that those people can only stay in it for the next year or 2 years because now they built this house up, they can't afford the taxes on this house or it's overbuilt for the area, what I'm saying, or overpriced, and now they can't afford to live in this house, or the expenses are too much because they went from a 1,500 square foot home to now an 8,000 square foot home. You still got to pay the heating bill for that motherfucker.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Fuck these fallen feelings. Can I say this right here?
You know what I'm saying? So now they're getting booted from the home because they can't pay the taxes on the home that they got for free.
Right. Or they can't pay the water bill, or they can't pay the electric bill, or the gas bill.
Like, I mean, I think it's cool now. If they can afford to keep the Benz and take care of the Benz and the maintenance and all that, I think it's great. But I just like the fact of forward thinking.
Right.
I'm just starting, and that's all I'm just thinking separate. Like, yo, she didn't just give them a right now thing. She gave them a forever thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Disney's going to be here forever.
Ever. Especially if you know anything about stocks and like Disney's going to be here forever. She gave them a forever thing. Something that's going to always get them paid because also Disney pays dividends. You know what I'm saying?
Word up. Buy stock in Disney and Nike, ladies and gentlemen. Key, we go because we at 10:17. Key, do you have any? What was we gonna call the this? Because we're working on a title for whatever your joint is. We're gonna call the today's keys to wisdom.
Keys. Keisha Keys.
Keisha Keys. You just went out, Key. Yeah, you're low. This is the first time Keisha has been.
Your mic is out. She blew it like a cartridge.
Watch it. Nope. Blow in the hole, Key.
Go out and come back in. Go out and come back in.
Blow in the hole.
Now,
There you go.
my internet was doing things, I think. So
wow.
Today was a great day in the history of the world, in the history of the United States. Though I don't necessarily agree with a lot of the political decisions that Kamala Harris made, or has voted on, there is still a woman of color as vice president of this here United States.
Wow.
So my key to wisdom is let people celebrate that and shut the fuck up.
Yep.
That's it.
All right. That's cool.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I feel like that I'm gonna wear the hat for the rest of the year. I feel like this hat is gonna
The rest of the year. We got summertime coming up soon, friend. It's gonna be
I might have more fedoras going down for the summer. I think this is gonna be my new look. I think
you need some rattan hats. Rattan.
Inbox me with those rattan hats. Look like
my granddaddy used to wear them.
You'll tell your granddad ass
over his Grecian.
Over his what?
He used the Grecian for his hair.
I don't even know what that is. But
guess what? It's an old man dye for hair. It's like the old school Beijing.
Beijing. Shout out to
Grecian. It was Grecian.
Says you look like Darkwing Duck.
I know.
I like that one. All right, we're gonna end this one. We're gonna start off with you, Keish. Any final words of ending?
Ending words.
I didn't want to say words of wisdom. You just did something. But any final words?
I'm good. Bye, y'all.
Watch Straight to Tape.
Straight to Tape Sundays, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And watch us. Like, follow, share.
No doubt. Shout out to everybody over there, Straight to Tape. Miss Carver, any final words?
Yes. I have final words. Everybody go and I don't know, rest. I like it when y'all rest. It makes me happy.
Is the voting still available for the crosswalk thing?
Yes, it is until February 1st. You can go to anything that's Candy Carver at Candy Carver. Candy Carver, that's what it's called.
It's me.
Right, and there's a link in my bio so that I can paint the crosswalk design for Club Boulevard in front of their elementary school.
Yeah. Make sure y'all vote for her. Make sure y'all vote for her artwork so she can get chosen and get that money from the city so she can do great things and show her creativity.
Candy.
That way she can continue to do what she loves. So,
and then she could buy us cocaine.
I'm not buying you cocaine. However, I'll get your windows tinted.
That's my. You know what? Thank you.
Get your windows tinted.
Don't tell me you riding around in a damn fishbowl, Bishop.
See-through, straight see-through.
Shit, straight see-through. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't listen. What I'm saying is right. Ain't nobody tinting out no damn Nissan Sentra. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be a fucking fool. Like, who's gonna shoot the nigga in a vice principal car? Like, niggas, like, yo, I like, you know what I'm saying? I look like, you know what I'm saying? I got the
tent costs more than car.
Rear it up. I
said the tent costs more than the car.
Exactly. The tent will cost more than my car. Listen. You know what I have? I have a single dad car. That's what I I have.
You got the family man car. You got the single dad.
I got a single dad car. I got the youth pastor car. Like shit. I just got a divorce car. Like she got the Benz. I got a Sentra. And it's great too.
Oh man,
it's like a bland ass color. It ain't electric blue or no shit like that. It's gray. My shit, Listen. If y'all need some cocaine ran from here to Florida, take my car. They won't even bother. Like, listen, there is no way. That
Somebody, granddaddy.
I mean, that shit like this.
What about you, Justin? What about you?
What about me? My window was tinted. Thank you.
That's not. Never mind.
Oh, I don't know.
I was asking about you. You said, Luke saying goodbye and
yeah.
Oh, protect your life. Network popping. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you watch this. Watch it with someone you love. If not, share it to them so they can watch it too. We appreciate y'all.
Also,
shout out to Trade the Tape. Shout out to
hold on, Jeff.
Shout out to Rossi. Shout out to Kazi. What, Robin?
We got something, man.
What's up, Robinette?
Listen.
Raisinets.
Listen, young Just. We got another, like I was talking about accessories and accoutrements or accoutrement. So we got a new accoutrement on our broadcast too, bro.
Okay. Nah, we ain't talking about that. We good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we straight.
We on Twitch, niggas. So you know what I'm saying? If you like in the game,
really?
Yeah, we've
been on there, but we just never broadcast.
We never broadcast on that now.
We've been on there. We've been on
Twitch. Yeah.
The battle of the podcast.
It is.
No, it's all love.
Listen, it's all good. We was on Twitch before y'all niggas though. You know what I'm saying? But y'all
knew it didn't count.
It's all good. It's all love. Like I said, shout out to Straight to Tape. Shout out to Tico.
Guess what? We still shit from them. They still shit from us.
Shout out to Big Rob. Yeah,
we stole Keisha and they stole Bishop Omega. Look at that. You know.
Hey, you see what I did? I let Keisha go first because they don't never let Keisha go first. She always takes on after Tico. See, I pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go first, come to Television Ratchet.
Candy, you see how he's trying to flirt with Keisha right in front of us? You know what I'm saying? You see how this is going on? This right here, listen, Intelligent Ratchet is what a good poly relationship looks like.
Nah, P, she ain't going nowhere. I know.
Candy's got some admirer in the comments. If you guys,
I saw that earlier. I said I wasn't going to say that.
Somebody said you had two pairs of jeans on that body. Ooh,
how they gonna fit?
How you put two pair of jeans on that ass?
Yeah.
Look at it. She blushing.
She's awkwardly blushing. She don't know how to. She like him. She like, should I like this? I kind of do. I don't know.
Oh goodness.
But yo, and ladies and gentlemen, this has been Intelligent Ratchet. We love y'all. We'll see y'all next week at 8:00. Where we talk about more crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and then also we will be posting replays tomorrow and through the weekend. So if you have friends and everything like that, we invite you guys to do the same. Let's go ahead and put this in everybody's neighborhood. You know what I mean? And thank you.
Good night, y'all.
In your neighborhood.